I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not.
What's up, everybody? Getting up into the session. Sorry, I forgot to put my screens back on single.
MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
All right, I'm getting a little bit of feedback. I got to figure out where that's coming from.
Gear up the clay. Built not bought. Built not bought. It's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means. Yeah, you know what it means.
All right, guys. Trying to get up in this session. I don't know what's going on right now. What's up, Karen? What's up, Tyler? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out what that is.
You know what it means. Monday nights here, the engines ignite. Modifieds lined up under bright track lights. Slide jobs flying, throttle down tight. It's iRacing glory, it's time to fight. Ethan Bill's up front, eyes on the prize. Damian Wolf chasing fire in his eyes. Kenny Kudney's holding that outside line. Caleb Durgan's waiting for.
What's up? Happy Monday.
Feel the roll, feel the rush. Dirt and grit, every driver's dream, every fan's perfect hit. Slide shot through a wheel.
All right. I did not turn on Trading Paints. Give me 1 second.
Every day.
I don't know why I'm getting that feedback. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Test. Test. All right, doesn't seem like I'm getting that feedback now. We're going to go ahead and get this back live. Looks like we're getting ready to get into qualifying. Sorry about that, guys. What about our feedback I was getting? That was weird. But we are back and ready to go here tonight at Huset as qualifying's going on. Caleb Durgan currently at the top of the charts. Got Ethan Bill rolling out on the track right now in that number 14 machine. All right, E-Bill here at Huset. It's going to be a narrow track here tonight. These guys got to stay out of each other. It's going to be interesting to see if they can do that. Looks like everybody is making it to tonight's feature here. It looks like we got 16 cars looking to do battle as Ethan Bill goes quick time with a 13.060. E-Bill out there with the quick time. This is Top Split Official, Milo. Top Split Official. All right, so Ethan Bill going out there with the quick time. Not sure if Langley's going to make a lap or not. Looks like he is not going to make it out there for a qualifying run as these guys are going to get ready here for heat race number 1. Yeah, the ARCA race that goes up at 9:15. The ARCA Dirt race is one that anybody can join and run as we get ready for tonight's heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 14 machine, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Outside of him in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 9 machine, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Oswego. Inside row number 3 in that number 2 machine, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him in the number 44, it's going to be Matt Severance. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 22 machine, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him in the number 3, it's going to be Nathan Brown. Going to be 8 laps here tonight for heat race number 1. I don't know why I got Talladega up there. My bad. Let's fix that. All right, that looks better. I was fixing that as we were coming in, and I just forgot to finish it. What's up, Nathan? What's up, buddy? I got to set up that ARCA race. I did not do that yet, so I'm going to have to do it sometime between now and the Super Race. As these guys roll out on the track tonight here for heat race number 1. It's going to be E-Bill leading the way here tonight in that number 14. All right, let me go ahead and get ready to get that one race hosted. So if you guys don't know, the ARCA race will be for week number 8. For the ARCA series, it will be at Oswego Speedway. First 24 drivers to join are going to be able to attempt to race tonight's feature. If you guys want to do that, make sure you guys keep an eye out for that at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as E-Bill's on the gas. E-Bill going to break away, going to have a battle for that number 2 spot. Colin Murphy looking down low, up underneath Ward as Brundage going to jump the berm down on the bottom side. He's going to lose a ton of ground. Here comes Murphy digging the bottom out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It is still side by side for second. E-Bill commanding this one as Murphy going to slide into that number 2 spot heading into turn number 3. So Murphy takes the number 2 spot. Bottom side is it right now as we got a battle back here for the number 5 position. It is Roundtree down low, Severance up high out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Remember, everybody's going to transfer here tonight as they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Severance going to catch the wall. Severance going to catch the wall as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Roundtree up the berm. That's going to allow Severance with the advantage down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to pinch. Oh, he makes contact as Roundtree almost goes around. A little bit of squeeze and pinch there from the 44, and that's going to cost Roundtree a bunch as we move back up here. Brundage looking for another line. He's going to move up to the top side. 3 laps to go. E-Bill out front, leading the way. Murphy in second. Damian Ward in third. Brundage starting to dig that bottom side. Is he gaining ground? Let's take a look at these lap times as they come out of turn at number 4. He is looking pretty quick up on the top side, and he was quick. Quick car last time by. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag. 1 lap to go for E-Bill. Colin Murphy too far back to do anything. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Ward. Looking for that number 2 spot. Putting big pressure on the 9. Oh, Murphy gets the berm. Here comes Ward down low. Can't quite get there. It's going to be Bill, Murphy, Ward, Brundage, Severance, Brown, Griffin, and Roundtree rounding out the field. So a lot of pressure there for that number 2 spot, but not a whole lot going on anywhere else as we get ready for heat race number 2. And I'm going to jump over there in just a second. We're going to go ahead and I am setting up that race as we sit here. I'm going to go ahead and do the starting lineup here for heat race number 2 in just 1 second. We are only doing 30 laps here tonight for the ARCA cars. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside, row number 2 in that number 27 machine, is going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Outside of him in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFawn. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight in that number 9 machine is going to be Joseph Matthews. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Aaron Langley. 8 cars, everybody's going to transfer as Durgan's going to lead them to the green flag. As they get that one to go coming across the line, will Caleb Durgan be able to take this one from the pole? We've seen that top side starting to hook up a little bit as Brundage went up there to explore a little bit. Will somebody be able to find the top side and their way into the lead here in heat race number 2? Should be an interesting one here tonight. Looking for that green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Great start by Barnhart on the outside. Barnhart timed that one absolutely perfect, but Durgan's going to get the lead out of turn number 2. Barnhart going to fight back on the outside. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway is going to be Durgan. Barnhart nose to tail down into 1 and 2. Contact behind him as it looks like Swank and Schaefer make a little bit of contact into 1 and 2. Here comes Schaefer looking up underneath Swank down through turn number 3 and 4. Battle for that number 3 spot as the top 2 try to drive away as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Schaefer looking down low as Nicholas Ham rolls just behind him. I'll tell you what, LaFawn was not excited about this one. As they come out of turn number 4, here comes Schaefer digging back low. Swank up high as they head through turn number 1 and 2. These guys can't let their guard down. The 45 JR and Nicholas Ham looking quick, putting big pressure on them. They're going to go single file. Can Ham make some ground down on the bottom side as they head through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, LaFawn gets the wall in turn number 3 and 4. That's going to cost him a bit as he rides shotgun on the field as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, here comes Nicholas Ham trying to peek down low on Schaefer, and Langley making moves starting shotgun on the field in that number 14. Down into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Ham all over the back of Schaefer. Now looking to the top side. Out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway. White flag is out. Here comes Nick Ham. Ham looking for that number 4 spot. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Can't quite get it to stick. Schaefer's going to pinch him. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Durgan, Barnhart, Swank, Schaefer, Ham, Langley, Matthews, and LaFon rounding out the field. So no LCQ here tonight, guys. We are going right into tonight's 50-lap main event. As they are going to go ahead and get them gridded up, let's go ahead and pull up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight, in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Outside of him, in the number 17, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Outside of him, in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside, row number 3, in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Outside of him, in the number 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. Starting inside, row number 4, in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him, in the number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Starting inside, row number 5, in that number 44 machine, it's going to be Matt Severance. Outside of him, in the 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Starting inside, row number 6, in the number 3 machine, it's going to be Nathan Brown. Outside of him, in the number 14, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Starting inside, row number 7, in the number 22 machine, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him, in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Then rounding out the field here tonight, in that last row, inside, row number 8, it's going to be the number 2 of Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him, in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFon. 50 laps here tonight for our main event. E-Bill and Caleb Durgan on that front row as they head through turn number 1 and 2, looking for that green flag. This time by Larry says, let's go Ward. Karen says, let's go E-Bill. Everyone's making it. Everybody did make it, Braden. There was only 16 cars as they come through turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. E-Bill going to get a nice jump. Caleb Durgan going to fall in line. So does Murphy as Barnhart stuck up on that high side as D. Ward looking down low. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be E-Bill leading lap number 1. We're going to keep an eye on that battle as it looks like Durgan is trying to reel him in through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Let's get it. E-Bill and Ham, says Raging Ray. Anyone but Ward, says Watson. As Ethan Bill continues to lead the way. I'll tell you what, Durgan is running the bottom side. E-Bill looking for something a little bit different. Might have been quicker there through turn number 1 and 2. Let's take a look at these lap times. He was quicker than Durgan that time by. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. We got to move a little ways back. We're back here between Severance and Swank to get a battle on the track as they come out of turn number 4. They're going to go single file. Here comes Ham looking up underneath Schaefer as they're side by side out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Wow, Severance going way up high, pounding that cushion as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Almost contact between Schaefer and Severance. Schaefer down into Ham as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, or 3 and 4. Shoot. I guess I'm a little off on my timing. As they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, side by side. Ham down low. Severance going to grab the wall. They're going to go 3 wide out of turn number 4. 3 wide at Huset is absolutely wild as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. These guys able to keep it straight as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Severance says no more topside. I'm going to the bottom as they head through 3 and 4. Schaefer going to move up high in turn number 1 and 2. Slider for Severance out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. These guys have to find a way around that number 44. They look a little bit quicker. Ham's quick down low, trying to get up underneath Schaefer not quite able to make the move. This is going to bring in Matthews in that number 9 machine. E-Bill starting to pull away from the field. He's got a 7/10 lead as we stay on this battle as Nick Ham and Schaefer are side by side. Ham to the outside. He's going to take that spot away from Schaefer. Matthews going to dig up underneath Schaefer. He makes contact out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Able to hold on to it as they head through 1 and 2. Not a whole lot that Schaefer could have done there. Matthews slid up into him as look at this. Nick Ham putting the pressure on the 44 of Severance as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Nicholas Ham going to move to the bottom. We're going to battle up here as it looks like Barnhart and Ward trying to go at it for that number 4 spot. Barnhart trying to get himself back into 4th. Ward starting to pull away. Durgan has a little bit of company as Murphy is not too far back as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Does Murphy have anything for our leader as E-Bill continues to race this one out front? 15 laps into this one. So far, so clean as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes Ham. Ham to the bottom. Slide job by Ham in 3 and 4. Cut down by Severance out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Easily slides back into that number 8 spot as he slides up the track. Here comes Nick Ham looking for the bottom as they head into 3 and 4. He's going to dig up underneath Severance out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Almost contact into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, so close out of turn number 2. A little bit of a Parker moment. That's going to cost Ham a little bit of time. He's going to have to reel him back in as Matthews bangs the wall down the front straightaway. Let's go take a look at this battle for second. Right now, single file. Man, the top 5 are almost running identical times right now. They're running really close times on the track, but it does look like Durgan is starting to search a little bit. Will he be able to reel in E-Bill? 20 laps into this one as Murphy starting to put the pressure on Durgan. Looking up underneath out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Not quite able to do it as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Looks like Ham finally able to make his way around Severance. Severance now has Matthews looking up underneath them as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It is going to go back single file as we move back up to this battle for second. Here comes Murphy and Ward looking down low. Ward looking to make it 3 wide. He's going to pull out of that one. Thought better of it as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Battle for second definitely starting to heat up as Murphy continues to put the pressure on that number 17. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan a little bit of struggling out of the 17 here as he's got big pressure from behind. You got to wonder, is he saving or are these guys just a little bit quicker right now? As we are halfway through this one, 25 laps to go. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be E-Bill out front. Durgan in that number 2 spot. He's trying to fend off the 9 of Colin Murphy. Murphy going to move up to the top side in 1 and 2. Tries to get that momentum rolling. Haven't seen a whole lot of top, but Murphy starting to make it work as he gets a big run out of turn number 4. I don't know if it's the quickest. Oh, little bobble out of Durgan out of turn number 2. Murphy down low. Will he be able to make the move? Not able to get it to stick. He's got to get back in line. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. It is going to be single file forward now as Durgan tries to hold on as he's got D. Ward, Murphy, and Barnhart on his heels. Here comes Murphy back down low out of turn number 2. Yeah, it's definitely helping him. He's out by 1.7 seconds over the field as this battle continues to rage as they make contact as Murphy gives the door to the 17 of Durgan. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Murphy back down low through turn number 3 and 4. Durgan going to get the run. Pinches down just a tick as they head into this is turn number 3 and 4, down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Ward starting to put the pressure on these guys. If one of these guys make a mistake, Durgan going to try to pinch down Murphy. Almost cost them both as they head through turn number 3 and 4. So Durgan trying to play a little defense there. Almost bit him as there's contact. Durgan goes around. I don't know if that was netcode or what, but Durgan and Murphy get together for that number 2 spot. Both of them probably going to the back of the pack. We're going to find out here pretty quick. Let's go take another look at this one. Was there contact or was it netcode? Oh, no, there's definitely contact. Oh, that is unfortunate as Durgan and Murphy pay the price there. I'm thinking both these guys going to be going to the back. That's going to put Damian Ward in second, Barnhart in third, Brundage in fourth. And look at this, Nick Ham making it into that top 5. Yeah, Barnhart made it through. Barnhart made it through. That was some great racing. Just it's so hard to pass. You would have dumped him 15 laps ago. I mean, yeah, there was a couple questionable moves there. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah, I get your point of view. All right, we're gonna stack them up 2 by 2, looking for that green flag this time by. It has been all E-builds here tonight. Kenny, hold on for the rest of this one. What do you guys think in the chat as they come down the back straightaway looking for that green flag? Pace truck is in. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be E-Bill, but here comes Damian Ward looking down low. Out of turn number 2. Kenny gets the stick. Yeah, Barnhart looked like he was picking up the pace a little bit. He was definitely catching those guys sitting in that number 3 spot. Brundage not too shabby either. But here's Damian Ward putting the pressure on that number 14. You know, this has got to be one of those moments, being the leader, getting that caution after a long green flag run. You don't really know if you're pushing harder than everybody, and you got to wonder what kind of tires you got left on that thing. I know Ward wasn't pushing too hard. Those guys were racing too hard in front of him. As Bill continues to lead Ward back to second. Barnhart. Oh, Brundage hard into the wall. I was about to say he has his handful. Ham's going to take advantage. He's going to dig up underneath Brundage. Out of turn number 2, Ham not able to take advantage, but Brundage losing a ton of ground. Swank going to dive up underneath as the caution flag comes out. Look like Durgan might have had more issues here. Let's see what happened to Durgan. Oh, he gets into Schaefer. A little bit of net code there. Oh, Schaefer gave him the business. Into turn number 1 and 2, I think it is. All right, so there's a little bit of contact here. So, they were racing rough for a couple laps. I'm sure it goes farther than this. So Durgan trying to pinch that car up underneath. A little bit of contact there. He's going to give him a little bit of a door here. Oh, that was some net code definitely involved. Schaefer says, I'm not happy. Full throttle. Into Durgan. Durgan hard in the wall in 1 and 2. All right, we're going to re-rack them, restack them here once again. I'm setting up that ARCA race for the 915. Just so you guys know as we're doing this. Pace lights are out. We are going green flag this time by. Looking for that green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. What's up, Jacob? Green flag is out. Oh, it looked like Bill might have gotten the berm a little bit, but able to get to the top. Here comes Ward out of turn number 2. Watch that 34. He is trying to be sneaky down on the bottom side as they head through turn at number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Barnhart. As they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, going to be E-Bill leading the way. Damian Ward in second. Barnhart in that number 3 spot as Brundage digs to the outside as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Barnhart continuing to try. He's trying to run somewhere else nobody else is, but this could cost him the number 3 spot as here comes Brundage digging to the outside. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage with the advantage at the line as they head through 1 and 2. He's going to grab the wall just a tick. That's going to give the advantage to Barnhart heading into turn number 3. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Drag race down the front straightaway. Brundage on the outside at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. We are inside that 10 to go. It is going to be 7 to go when they cross the line this time by. Out of turn number 4, 7 laps to go. Battle for that number 3 spot. Definitely heating up. I'll tell you what, Barnhart giving it all he's got down on the bottom side. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Nick Ham and Matthews just behind these guys as I don't know who had it at the line as they get 6 laps to go. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, still door to door, wheel to wheel into turn number 3 and 4. Great racing back here for that 3rd spot on back as the top 2 drive away down into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage goes down a little bit. I don't know if that screwed up Barnhart, but he's going to lose ground as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 4 laps to go. Barnhart grabbing that bottom side might not have been the move as Ham's going to make the move around him. Brundage goes to the bottom. We got a big wreck as Matthews caught up in a big wreck at the back of the pack. Matthews hard on the wall. No caution flag. They keep it green. Brundage in that number 3 spot. He's got Barnhart and Ham trying to chase him down as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go for E-Bill. Down into 1 and 2. Contact between Ham and Barnhart. Battle for 4th is on as Ham gets the outside wall. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go as they come across the line. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for that number 4 spot. That's where it's at as Ethan Bill out front. He's going to roll through turn at number 3 and 4. Takes the win. Damian Ward second. Brundage in 3rd, Barnhart 4th, Nicholas Ham in 5th. That was a big one. Good run out there here tonight as E-Bill going to take that W. All right, I am just finishing setting this up as E-Bill's going to go ahead and celebrate a little bit out there. All right, this race is going to be situated. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. And we are going to go through the results and bring in our top 3. No rush today because, well, that race finished a little earlier than expected. It's going to be E-Bill with the win. Damian Ward in 2nd. Nick Brundage in 3rd. Going to be Barnhart in that number 4 spot. Nick Ham in 5th. Going to be Severance in 6th here tonight. Michael Swank in 7th. Roundtree in 8th. Going to be Langley in the number 9 spot. Matt Schaefer in 10th. Nathan Brown in 11th. Going to be Jordan LaFawn in that number 12 spot. Curtis Griffin in 13th. Colin Murphy in 14th. Joseph Matthews going to finish up 15th with Caleb Durgan in that number 16 spot. Let's go ahead and bring in our top 3. Well, I see 2 of them. I see everyone but Brundage. All right. Great racing. Honestly, some good racing for Huset. Huset could be a very good track when you get some good racers out there. Damian patiently sitting in 4th, watching Durgan and Murphy go at it, trying to figure out a place to go. Were you pretty sure those guys were going to get together, or were you just waiting for them to wear out their stuff?
I don't know. I didn't really have much at the beginning of the race. I kind of just tried to stay right in their draft and stay up nice and close. I don't know. I might have had a car to get around Colin. I don't know about Durgy, but the moment it happened, I knew it was going to. They've been getting really close and bouncing off each other the couple laps before. So I just backed up a little bit, left a little room, and when it happened, just barely snuck by. And I don't know. The car was pretty good. Randy definitely had it hooked up
You know, I was watching and
comfortably.
it looked really hard to pass out there, and Nick said he ran the wrong set. It looked really hard to pass out there. Until late, it started to get a little bit interesting, and it just looked like those two were racing, doing what they had to stay in front and try and get their way around, just hard racing. You were able to slip through. Tried to give E-Bill a little bit of pressure there, but he just was so quick here tonight. That second to last restart, you guys had a good run going.
Yeah, he knew where to be, where I couldn't keep up the momentum to make a pass. That before that last caution, I think it was a pretty even race, and that last caution, I don't know what happened. I didn't have much. I didn't have enough. I was able to stay even with him, but I don't know. I could have been making a couple of mistakes too. I wasn't really where I needed to be. I was just focused on finishing.
Well, good run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I got to thank Randy for all the help that he's done. He's definitely had the sets on dig. I missed last week's opener, but I'll take it. I'll take it for this week. The second place isn't bad. Yeah, I got to thank Randy, Rocky Photography, Outlaw Virtual Graphic Designs for the beautiful ride. My dad, mom, grandmother, grandfather, girlfriend, brothers, all those guys watching. Uncle Adam. You for putting on the stream, and Ebil, Colin, Durgy, Barnhart, Brundage, all those guys for what was a little bit of a fun battle. Unfortunately, iRacing still thinks pre-gen is smart. I don't think so. I think the racing's been kind of shitty lately.
I think it works for better for other cars than the big blocks.
Yeah,
and other
it's not.
tracks too. This track is weird when it's pre-gen.
Yeah.
Usually just turns into one lane.
Well, great run,
Hopefully iRacing
Damien.
for pre-gen.
F for pre-gen. Hopefully we get some stuff to change up the setups a little bit next season too. They need to bring a little bit more tire wear back, in my
They
opinion.
need to bring more power to these things.
That too. It's like driving a 358 or a Sportsman instead of a big block.
The 358s on here feel like a Sportsman, and
Yeah,
the big
that's-
blocks feel like a 358.
Yeah. All right. So E-Bill, great run here tonight. Able to put all the pieces together. Good qualifying run. Great heat race. Dominating feature. But man, oh man, you had to wonder when that caution came out how hard you were really pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, once I saw that I was starting to pull away from the field, I kind of backed it off a little bit. But no, yeah, car felt really good. You know, I did a little testing last night and just kind of sent the sets to the guys and was like, "Oh, here it is. I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad but no, the car was good and makes up for the last opener that we had here that I was leading with lap traffic. So
Yeah.
we'll take it.
Yeah, this track could be a lot of fun with the right people, but yeah, I was curious. So we hit that caution flag, and I know that's not what you wanted to see, but probably happened a lot later than you expected, and a lot more pressure from Damian Ward. I'm assuming he was kind of in a sweet spot behind those guys, able to save inadvertently anyway, because those guys were racing so hard there wasn't a whole lot of place for him to go. Were you surprised he was able to put that much pressure on you late in that race?
No, not really. I mean, it's Damien. He's good in big blocks. I mean, everybody knows that, and no, I respected him for racing me clean. I know I got a little tight on that last restart that we had and tried to keep it down and not get into him and get into the wall, which I don't think I hit him, but no, yeah, we had a clean battle, and yeah, it was we both needed to have a good points night tonight, and we I think we did the best we could with that.
Well, I got to say, it's been a pleasure not having insults thrown in the interview booth this week. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, there won't be any insults from me. I'm just gonna keep it humble. Yeah, got to thank Izzy Trucking and Rigging, All County Garage Door, Gen X Electrical Contractors, Advanced Pro Tile Creations, Precision Hydraulic and Oil, Hoffman Discount Parts, Powertrain Supply, Ibarra Palace, Danny's Pizza Pizzazz, Ribs Taxidermy, ARCA Steering, Fast Line Performance, Downs Welding Services, F&W Graphics, BP Skulls.
He's staring at the car right now. I
Oh,
guarantee it.
100% I am. We kind of iffy on bringing the Thrill Factory back. We'll throw that out there. And you for putting on these streams for everybody to watch and enjoy all the drama that goes on with them.
Nick Ham said to shut up.
Well, if Nick Ham was a little bit quicker, maybe he could have been in here, but you know.
He could have shut you up if he had gotten up there,
Shots
right?
fired.
Sorry, I said I was going to be humble, but it's Nick Ham.
It's Nick Ham. It's Nick Ham. Good run. And yeah, one of my favorite parts about being at the IRL races is when somebody's reading their car, when they're thanking their sponsors.
See, like when I get out of the car, I don't have to, but because not all of my real life sponsors are on my iRacing car, I just look at my real car.
Oh, now he's trying to get Nick Brundage to bail him out. But good run, guys. Great race. And I will see you guys next week or in the ARCA cars if you show up.
Oh, where's it at?
Oswego.
Oswego.
Damien's good there.
Didn't I win it last time we were there?
I remember that I think you and Hackney had a great battle. But yeah, I think you did.
Passed Hackney with like 8 laps to go.
Yeah, you did. You guys had a great battle.
Oh,
What time did that go off?
9:15 is when it comes up. And you get like 20 minutes of practice, and then about that time the late models will be done and I'll be jumping over.
Cool.
All right, guys.
All right, thank you, James.
Have fun.
Later.
All right, yeah, we're gonna do to the supers I go woo. Yeah, they're at Knoxville. Yeah, we're doing ARCA Dirt. We're doing ARCA Dirt. Ham, where have you been? We're going to race number 8 tonight. Landon Moody has dominated the series for the most part. You got to come out and play. It's fixed setup. Just a dirt setup with a 433, I think, in Oswego. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move it over here. We're going to find out if the echo is from this overlay. I don't know what that echo was earlier. That was so weird. All right, I'm going to save this, and we are going to jump over into... You're going to wreck him. You're going to wreck Moody. You're going to Moody. I called him Austin Hill this weekend. All right, let's jump over into the supers. They should be over there now at Knoxville. I guarantee this is going to be a packed race. This is going to be a packed race. Knoxville brings all the squirrels. I mean, all the drivers. Oh, it's not showing it to me yet. I don't know why. Yes. Big blam. No wrecks. No wrecks. What's up, William? All right, I'm jumping over to these supers at Knoxville. Let's see if we got everybody in there yet. It looks like it is loading up slowly. All right, let's see if it tells me here. All right, jumping into the top set split, 63-22 SOF. Daddy brings the smoke, so at least I have a better attitude than All right, I'm trying to get into this. We're getting into that session. Super late models at Knoxville. All jokes. All jokes. Guys, I can't wait. I am going to be getting that, you just want a Moody autograph? Gonna have him sign your baby? We do have some more stuff going on. We're going to have some more fun with Slide Job Steve maybe some commercials on the channels. I almost had one finished right before the race. Just didn't have it finished quite in time. I need to add a couple finishing touches. And that will be coming out here soon.
Here's fuel in the veins, working all week just to feel this strength. On the edge, we don't play it safe. Running that wall.
All right, let's see. Helps if I click join. F in the chat. Wow. For whatever reason, normally I go into whoever's in the race and click watch off of them. I had to go to spectate, and they got so many more steps when you click spectate the other way. You want to try? What are you trying? You can try the ARCA Dirt. First 24 cars, first 24 drivers in there get a chance to race here tonight. That's coming up in about less than 30 minutes now. About 27 minutes. That'll be up. Just look up my name or look for broadcasted. Look for ARCA Dirt broadcasted. That's all you got to look for in the hosted sessions. That will be up in about 26 minutes. All right, looks like Blake Majulis has made an appearance here tonight. Let's go ahead and pull up these cars. I don't remember if I heard anyone talk the last one. Do I have the chat off? I might have the chat off. I do. That's why I heard no one in the last race. All right, I got to turn the chat back on. I listen while I practice. You want to... It starts at 0. It's 67 degrees. That's what I remember. 433 gear in the dirt setup. All right, let's see. We are in a practice right now. Right now it is Sean Smith at the top of the charts. This is Top Split Official, Tanner. Top Split Official. The next race we are doing is the ARCA Dirt at Oswego. That is an open hosted. That'll be up at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, so about 25 minutes from now. Obviously, no iRacing, so it might be 26 or 27. Nathan Waddell, 5th quickest on the boards. I like that car. That car is sharp tonight. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Nathan Waddell cut the closest slider I think I've ever seen without contact. All right, we're going to get into qualifying here tonight. Let's go ahead and change it over to best times as these guys get ready to jump out on the track. Who's it going to be here tonight? Who is going to be the first one to jump out there? Don't lie to Nick. We all know he's not good. I mean, oh, you're talking about with what he said. I get it. My bad. All right, Tyson Banks out on the track in the 747. Brandon Barhart going to jump out there. We're going to see how Tyson Banks is able to do here tonight at Knoxville in the super late model as he comes across to start lap number 1. It looks like if there's even a pre-gen, it looks like there's less pre-gen here at Knoxville, which is a track that needs a pre-gen. And they screwed up Huset. All right, here comes Tyson Banks. He's going to come across the line to complete lap number 1. Where's he going to set that bar? It is going to be a 17.099. You'll get one before the... All right, so Tyson Banks out there setting the bar here early on. Let's see what Brandon Barnhart is able to do as he's going to come across the line. He's going to be a 17.233. That is not what he was looking for. Daryl Bass going to come across the line 3rd quick. Diesel Jones out on the track. Curtis Griffin out on the track. Let's see if Barnhart able to pick up the pace on lap number 2. He's going to do he does pick up the pace. It's going to be a 17.135. Not enough to take the quick time. Diesel Jones going to back out of his. We got Jesse Newsom out on the track right now. Curtis Griffin, 4th quick right now. Willie Cuddy, 5th quick. Let's see where Jesse Newsom able to put that. What track? It is Oswego for the ARCA race. As Jesse Newsom going to start lap number 1. I see Matthew Watts out there. Right now, Tyson Banks is holding quick time as they come out of turn number 4. Jesse Newsom, he's going to go 6th quick with a 17.188. Look at this. This is a name we don't see very often, especially in the supers. It's going to be Tyler Reed out on the track. We got Nathan Waddell out there in the number 5 machine. Looking to do the quick time. I see Majulis. Majulis going to go 2nd quick. Matthew Watts going to go quick time with a 17.098 as Waddell goes quick time with a 17.068. Nathan Waddell to the top of the charts. So Nathan Waddell going quick time. Tyler Reed going to go 12th quick. That is going to be the end of qualifying. We have 22 cars, 18 spots. So we are going to be sending 4 drivers home here tonight. How about Nathan Waddell going out there with the quick time? I have a feeling he is going to make some noise here tonight as we are going to get ready for tonight's starting lineup here for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 5 machine, it's going to be Nathan Waddell. Outside of him in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Starting inside row number 2 in the 101, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Starting inside row number, is he in the number 5? Row number 3. In that number 5 machine, it is going to be Diesel Jones. Outside of him, in the number 83, it's going to be Colton Jordan. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight, in that number 11 machine, it's going to be Jesse Newsom. Outside of him, in the number 90, it's going to be Daryl Bass. In the number 9 spot, starting inside row number 5, it is going to be the number 43 of Devin Ferguson. Outside of him, in the number 27, it's going to be Hunter Lingwood. And Lingwoods? I don't know how to say that. Starting on that final row in the number 11 spot, it's going to be the 35 of Ethan Stuckwich. 11 cars, 7 transfer. Who is going into the contest here tonight? Who is going to win heat race number 1 as they come out of turn number 4? They're going to get that one to go at the line. Nathan Waddell leading the field. Down into turn number 1 and 2, side by side through the field. These guys are ready to go as they come out of turn number 2. When is that 5 machine of Nathan Waddell going to fire off here tonight as they come down the back straightaway, looking for the green flag this time by. Oh, Newsom going to give Diesel Jones a little bump down the back straightaway as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Waddell with a good jump. Barnhart with a great jump on the Barnhart with a great jump on the inside. But Banks going to get the run out of turn number 2. Barnhart going to fall back quickly as they head through turn number 3 and 4. You can't qualify for shit. I don't know. This track is super tacky too right now. That does to me that doesn't help. At Knoxville. As Barnhart continues to fall back, he's down to that number 5 spot. He's got Diesel Jones to the outside as they head into 3 and 4. Barnhart finally going to slide up. Jones going to go down low out of turn number 4. Drag race down the front straightaway. They touch heading into turn number 1 and 2. Jones going to slide it. Parks it on Barnhart's nose. Big stack up out of turn number 2. Oh, Jones threaded the needle there. Parks it on Barnhart's nose, but that's going to push Barnhart back to the number 7 spot. Final transfer spot. Ton of damage on that nose. That's definitely going to hurt that 101 as here comes Newsom looking for the final transfer spot. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This is the battle for the transfers. They head into turn number 3 and 4. Right now, single file up at the front. We will keep an eye on that as Newsom gets into Barnhart. Big wreck down the front straightaway. Somehow they keep it straight. I said big wreck. They wrecked and just didn't wreck as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Newsom in that final transfer spot. Barnhart was not happy. He turned down into Newsom. Will he give him the bumper as they come down the back front straightaway? Down into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide it in. Almost gives them the door. Here comes Stuckwich looking down low. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. They are racing side by side for that final spot on the track. Just behind this battle as they come out of turn number 4. Big contact as they are trying to wreck for last. Down into turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. It is all Nathan Waddell out front as they come through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to get that white flag. 1 lap to go for Nathan Waddell. We got a battle back here as here comes Diesel Jones up underneath Jordan. He's going to slide him. Jordan back with the cut down. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. They're going to ship it into turn 3 and 4. Jordan up the track. Jones down low. Will they touch out of turn number 4? Drag race down the front straightaway. It's going to be Waddell, Biggs, Cassidy, Jones, Jordan, Ferguson, and Newsom going to the feature here tonight. Barnhart, Stuckwich, Hunter, and Bass going to the Consi. All right, let's get ready for tonight's heat race number 2 as they are going to go ahead and get it lined up. Starting on the pole here tonight. I'm assuming in the number 11. I can't remember. It's going to be Matthew Watts. Outside of him in the 127, it's going to be Blake Majulis. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 23 machine, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Outside of him in the number 7B, it's going to be Bryce Young. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 45 machine, it's going to be Sean Smith. Outside of him in the 58, it's going to be Tyler Reed. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 21 machine, it's going to be Ty Lonsberry. Outside of him in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Schatz. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in the number 22 machine, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Zachary Mitzner. Then rounding out the field here tonight in that number 43 machine, it's going to be Grady Iram. I said that with zero confidence if you couldn't tell. As they come into turn number 3 and 4, they're going to get that 1 to go this time by 8 laps. ARCA is after this. ARCA will actually go up in about 14 minutes. There will be a 20-minute practice. I will be finishing up this and going to that. So there is a little bit of an overlay. That way you guys get some practice in, working that track a bit, and I got time to get over there. Looking for the green flag this time by it is going to be Matthew Watts and Blake Majulis on that front row. Who's it going to be here tonight? Side by side into turn on number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. Matthew Watts in the number 11. He is the control car. Majulis going to try to lead him on the outside. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. A little bobble out of Majulis. Don't know if he had contact from behind as they come into turn number 1 and 2. Watts going to break away free. Majulis finally settles himself into second as the battle's going to be for 5th down the back straightaway. It is going to be down into turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Reed trying to rip that outside as we got contact down low as Sean Smith makes contact with Will Cuddy. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Reed out of turn number 2. He's going to cut down the back straightaway. Battle for that number 5 spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Almost contact. Reed down on the inside. He's going to dig out of turn number 4. Gets back in line. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Oh, they are jockeying 4 positions at the back of the pack, but we're going to keep an eye on this battle. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Right now it is Matthew Watts leading the way. Majula is trying to creep in on him as they come out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway, battle for the number 6 spot as here comes Ty in the 21. Majulis tries to get the run out of turn number 2, trying to put the pressure on that 11 of Watts through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 4 laps complete, halfway through, 4 laps to go. As here comes Majulis down on the bottom side of 1 and 2, slides up the track. Watts back with the cut down. Watts going to easily cross him over as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Watts slides up the track, cut down by Majulis. Majulis going to try to roll up underneath him out of turn 4. Drag race at the line. New race leader. It's going to be Blake Majulis in the 1 and 2. Majulis going to cut up the track. Watts going to try to get the run out of turn number 2. I don't know if he's there, but he is up underneath. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Here comes Majulis back with the cut down. Drag race down the front straightaway. Majulis once again at the line into turn number 1. Majulis going to slide up the track. Here comes Watts trying to dig down low. I think this is a losing battle for 11. It is. He's going to fall back in line as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag, 1 lap to go as they come across the line looking for turn number 1. Oh, Majulis going to catch a little bit of berm. Is that going to hurt him? Cut down by Watts. Down the back straightaway. Big run out of the number 11. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Thinks about the bumper. Has to get on the brakes. Majulis up the track. Watts down low out of turn number 4. Give the win to Blake Majulis. Watts in second. Young, Cuddy, Smith, Reed, and Schatz going to the feature here tonight. It is going to be Ty, Griffin, Iram, and Mitzner going to the Consi. All right, we are going to get them stacked back up here side by side for the LCQ. Going to be 10 laps here tonight. Crazy Barnhart in the Consi. He was quick in qualifying. Yes, it is going to be the 101 of Brandon Barnhart starting on the pole. Outside of him in the number 21 is going to be Ty. Starting inside, row number 2 in that number 35 machine, it's going to be Ethan Stuckwich. Outside of him in the 22, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Starting inside, row number 3 in that number 27 machine, it's going to be Hunter. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Grady. Starting inside, row number 4 in that number 60 or number 90 machine, it's going to be Daryl Bass. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Zachary Mitzner. Going to be 10 laps here tonight in the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer. We are sending 4 home here tonight. Oh, you're bringing some people. Nice. As they come out of turn number 4, they're going to get that 1 to go. This may be the last time you see these guys on the track here tonight. As they come across the line, it is going to be 10 laps, 4 transfer through. I'm a little worried about the time on this race. Hopefully the feature goes pretty smooth. As they come down the back straightaway, looking for that green flag. Barnhart and Ty on that front row. Who's your pick here in the LCQ? Who's going to be your B-Main Warrior? Let me know in the chat. As they come out of turn at number 4, pace truck is in, green flag is out. Barnhart wasting no time, going to get on that gas, leaving Ty in the dust. Griffin looking for second. He's going to get up underneath the 22 into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. How convenient is that? Griffin is the 22. He usually is the 22, but he happens to be the 22 in this race based on his iRacing. That is crazy. As they come down the first straightaway into 1 and 2. Barnhart trying to roll away with this one as we got a battle for the final transfer spot. Stuckwich has it. Grady wants it as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be 2 laps complete. Battle for that transfer spot. No battle for first person going home as Stuckwich is broken away in that number 35. Now putting pressure on Griffin down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to keep it lean and green down the front straightaway. Little bit of contact for that number 3 spot as Stuckwich gets in the back of Griffin. Griffin able to hold it straight out of turn number 2. The rest of the field is going to catch up. We are going to have a battle for that transfer spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead is starting to heat up as Ty has caught the back of Barnhart. We're going to find out what happens. Oh, Daryl gets tight into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to lose that number 7 spot. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Going to be single file 4 now up here at the front. As the battle for the transfer spot could heat up. We're seeing if Grady and Hunter can get there. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 4 laps to go. Pretty boring up at the front. We're watching the battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Oh my God. Hunter, I think it was. No, it was Zachary takes the berm trying to get that pass. He's going to lose a ton of ground as they come out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Stuckwich. He wants one more spot. He's looking up underneath Griffin. Out of 2. They're going to touch a little bit. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for first person going home. Going on behind these guys as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Here comes Stuckwich. Stuckwich with the slide. Cut down by Griffin out of turn number 2. They need to be careful on how much they battle. They got quite a bit of cushion back to that number 43 machine. He is the first car out of the feature as it stands right now. White flag is out, down into 1 and 2. Oh my God, they are throwing sliders for 5th. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be checkered flag in the air. Give that W to Brandon Barnhart. Tie in second. Who's going to get third? It's going to be Stuckwich at the line. Griffin in 4th. Everybody else is going home. That's going to be Grady, Hunter, Bass, and Mitzner going home. Fireworks. I'm sure that's not the only fireworks we're going to see here tonight. As these guys get out on the starting grid, let's go ahead and bring up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 5 machine, it's going to be Nathan Waddell. Outside of him in the 127, it's going to be Blake Majulis. Starting inside row number 2 in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 17 machine, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Outside of him in the 7B, it's going to be Bryce Young. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Diesel Jones. Outside of him in the number 23, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Starting inside row number 5 in that number 83 machine, it's going to be Colton Jordan. Outside of him in the 45, it's going to be Sean Smith. Starting inside row number 6 in that number 43 machine is going to be Devin Ferguson. Outside of him in the number 58, it's going to be Tyler Reed. Starting inside row number 7 here tonight in the number 11, it's going to be Jesse Newsom. Outside of him in the number 34 is going to be Brandon Schatz. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 101, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him in the number 21, it's going to be Ty. Starting inside row number 9 here tonight in that number 35 machine, it's going to be Ethan Stuckwich. And then rounding out the field on the outside of row number 9 in that number 22 machine, it is going to be Curtis Griffin. Looking for that green flag. This time by as they are side by side down the back straightaway. Nathan Waddell in that number 5 is going to lead him to the green as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be here tonight? 50 laps Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Waddell is going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Battle's going to be for second. Banks going to fall back. It's going to be Majulis in second. Banks and Watts, your top 4. 3 wide back there for that number 5 spot. They're going to figure that out as Diesel Jones rolls the hot bottom side out of turn number 4, making ground down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead as here comes Majulis up underneath Waddell out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Waddell going to slide up the track. Majulis going to slide up the track. Waddell back up underneath. Down the front straightaway. Going to be Majulis at the line that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Waddell going to roll the bottom. Good run out of turn number 2. Has the edge heading into turn number 3. Slides up the track. Here comes Majulis. Back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Majulis at the line. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Majulis going to slide up the track. Waddell likes that bottom side through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if he rolls the bottom side once again. It worked real good in 1 and 2. Definitely losing a little ground out of turn number 4. Majulis going to lead him into 1 and 2. Here comes Watts. Watts going to climb the berm. Tries to get up underneath Waddell. Can't quite do it. Falls back in line. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Look at this chaos further back, right around that number 83 of Colton Jordan. He's got big company as we got the 45 of Sean Smith jumping the berm, trying to find his way around into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Man, these guys are racing hard all the way through the field as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Traffic jam out of turn number 4. Drag race as Newsom tries to make ground forward into turn number 1 and 2. Newsom rolling that bottom side, not happy with where he qualified here tonight. Definitely has a faster car than that as he gets contact from behind by Reed. They almost go 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. 7 laps in the books. I'll tell you what, Diesel Jones is getting pushed around the track by Willie Cuddy when he's there as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Cuddy looking to the outside. Diesel Jones blinking out a lot as they come out of turn number 4. Battle for that number 5 spot. Cuddy to the outside. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Jones going to reappear down low, down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Jones going to slide up the track. Cuddy back down low with the cut down out of turn 4 down into 1 and 2. Side by side for that spot as they head through turn at number 1 and 2. Tyler Reed with issues. He is done and out of the race as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Not sure what happened there. We'll go back and take a look at it as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Let's go see what happened to Tyler Reed. Oh, that is no flex on the panels that caused that. I can't believe that didn't bring out a caution flag as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. We got that battle right here between Bryce Young and Diesel Jones now for that number 5 spot. Bryce Young going to take it out of turn number 2. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Majulis driving away from this one as they head into turn at number 1 and 2. Definitely some battling through. Oh, contact! As we almost had one around as they head for turn at number 3 and 4. I think it was Colton Jordan almost going around as he got contact. Oh, no, Jordan. Cassidy almost went around as he got contact from Jordan as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Down into turn at number 3 and 4, single file up at the front of the pack. We're going to keep an eye on this battle as they close in on Diesel Jones for 6 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, Cassidy is ripping that outside in that number 17 as it looks like Cuddy going the wrong way in a hurry out of turn number 2. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, a little bit of contact as Cassidy is making big grounds up on the outside. He's going to get high on Diesel Jones out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn at number 3 and 4. I'll tell you what, watch Cassidy. He is the second quickest car on the track as Colton Jordan right behind him was the quickest car on the track. That time it was Cassidy as they head into 1 and 2. These two moving nose to tail down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4, making their way forward. Cassidy up to the number 6 spot. Now going to work on Bryce Young as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to go down low, not able to slide. That's going to open the door for Jordan to the high side. A little bit of contact. Is Bryce Young going to get the worst of that one? Here comes Cassidy. He's going to slide and bring Newsom with him into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Bryce Young might be in the way right now as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Slide job by Newsom. Cassidy with the cut down out of turn number 2. It is getting dicey back here for that number 5 spot. Cassidy's in it into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to throw the slider as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Waddell with his hands full with Watts as they head into 1 and 2. Tyson Banks is on the move, reeling in our leader as they head through turn number 3 and 4. This could get real interesting for the lead. We're going to keep an eye on that battle as they battle hard for second, but this is a heck of a battle for 5th on back. Waddell going to throw a haymaker into turn at number 1 and 2, cut down by Watts out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Banks looking for the lead. Going to get in the back bumper of Majulis into turn number 3 and 4. Majulis up the track. Here comes Banks down low. I'll tell you what, this is starting to get interesting as Banks going to throw a little bit of speed and a little bit of internet malfunction there as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Majulis going to roll the bottom side of turn at number 3 and 4. Banks up on the high side. You got to wonder if that is eating up the tires of the 747. Still a lot of racing left here tonight as they come out of turn to number 2, down the back straightaway. Slide job by Watts on Waddell, and 3 and 4 cut down by Waddell as they come down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Waddell, cut down by Watts, back and forth for that number 3 spot. Slowly catching him is Jesse Newsom, up 8 spots. He is our biggest mover into that top 5 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 24 laps complete. Yo, 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 what's up, Kenny? Session should be up for the ARCA series, guys. If you guys are trying to run ARCA, that session should be up as they head into turn at number 3. Oh, contact as Waddell gets into Watts. So Watts got into the back of into the wall. That's going to allow Waddell to get into him. Waddell parks it. Big contact into turn number 1 and 2. We got 10 cars over there on at the dirt at Oswego as we get the first caution flag of the night. First caution flag of the night. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened there. All right, let's see what happened back here between the 30. Oh, the 34 just grabs the wall. Oh yeah, and then unalives himself on the video game. All right, so that was a dumb caution. As Blake Majulis leads the way. I'll tell you what, Tyson Banks showing a little bit of speed here in that 747. What could happen here tonight? Looks like we got 10 cars over there at Oswego right now in the ARCA cars. We'll see who else we end up getting over there. Hopefully they don't spend too much time pacing here. The rest of this one been pretty good, pretty clean so far. As we are halfway through this one, they are going to have 24 laps to go when they hit the green flag. Who's it going to be? Yeah, I'm going to be pushing it to get in the ARCA. All right, side by side. Remember, if you are in the top 3 in here, feel free to jump on for an interview after this race. I know Banks and Watts know where I'm at. Waddell knows where I'm at. As we look for the green flag out of turn number 2, side by side, Majula's going to lead him down into turn number 3. Watch that number 11. He has moved to the number 11, the yellow number 11 of Jesse Newsom. He is up 8 spots into the number 5 position. He might be looking for more here tonight. I know he's looking for more. Green flag is out. Oh, bottom side sleeping a little bit on that start as they come out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway. Watts did not go. That's going to check up the bottom side as they head through 1 and 2. Big cut down by Nathan Waddell. Waddell going to do a massive cut out of turn number 2. He's looking for 2 spots. He's going to slide Banks into turn number 3 and 4. Up the track. Here comes Banks back down low. This is not what Banks wants. Oh, we got a caution. Are we wrecking for last? Let's see. Oh, God. Big wreck in front of these guys. All right. So we're going to move up here. I think it's... Oops. All right. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. They just ran out of room. A little bit of a checkup, a little bit of net code right there. Yeah, they just ran out of room. 4 wide did not work. Couple cars tie hard in the wall in that 21. That might be the end of his race. As the caution flag comes out for the second time here tonight. Lots of cars down on pit road as Majulis leads the field. Looks like we got 12 cars over here. Let's see. It looks like Clint has joined. Damian Ward has joined. So quite a few people have joined over there. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, looking for the green flag this time by. Who's it going to be? Come on, get it organized, guys. No crashing under yellow. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Get back in line. Get back in your spot. Thank you. All right, looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Pace truck going to pull in. Green flag is out as Majulis is on the gas out of turn number 4. Much better start from Watts as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide up the track. They're going to be 3 wide. Big stack up. Will they make it 4 wide? Newsom's got to back out of it. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide for second. Down through turn number 3 and 4. Newsom trying to find a place to go. Nowhere to go. Out of turn 4. Banks going to keep that number 2 spot. This is exactly what Majulis wants to happen. These guys race it. He gets to pull away as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Waddell trying to move his way forward. Down on the bottom side out of turn number 4. Is that a tire on the track? It is going to be Waddell with the slide into 1 and 2. No, he didn't slide. He kept it low. Here comes Banks back to the outside. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Pair of 11s behind him, battling for 4th as they come out of turn number 4. 1 into the wall. He's going to hold on to it. That is going to be the 83 of Colton Jordan going the wrong way in a hurry after grabbing that wall. Oh, we got one way down on the bottom side. Oh, that is Bryce Young pulling off a pit road as these guys race from about 3rd on back. Waddell back up into that number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Jesse Newsom down on the bottom side through turn number 1 and 2. Rolls the bottom as they're 3 wide behind him. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes Ferguson in that number 43 machine. He's up to the number 6 spot, up 6 positions as they come out of turn at number 4. Down into turn at number 1 and 2. Looks like Newsom trying to grab that number 3 spot. He's going to do it. Down the back straightaway. Banks falls back to 4th through turn number 3 and 4. Is a little worried about the tires on the 747 as Waddell gets the wall in turn number 3 and 4. That is not going to help that number 5 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Can these guys keep it clean? Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Majulis leading the way as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 34 laps complete. We got 16 laps to go. All right, guys, I'm going to need you to keep this together. Not that you can hear me, but keep it together. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Battle for that number 3 spot continues to rage. Newsom has gotten it, but Banks trying to fight back as they come out of turn number 4. He's going to get a little breathing room as here comes Devin Ferguson. He's on the move in that number 43. Devin going to dive down low out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Big run on the outside by Banks. Drag race into turn number 3. Contact further back between Stuckwich and Cassidy as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Ferguson clears himself down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Banks might have caught him a little bit of a break there. That cost Banks, though. Banks now has Watts looking up underneath. They're trying to go 3, maybe 4 wide through turn number 3 and 4. A little bit of contact. 4 wide out of turn number 4. Are they wrecking? They were trying as they head into 1 and 2. Oh my God, this is getting super sketchy as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, Stuckwich parks it on Cassidy's nose as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Field starting to split up a little bit as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Diesel Jones putting the pressure on Cuddy. We've seen these guys go forward, backwards, now back up forward as we see Diesel Jones and Willie Cuddy trying to move their way back up into those top spots as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 39 laps complete, 11 to go as they come across the line. Looking for turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Blake Majulis well out front, 1.6 seconds over Nathan Waddell. Going to be Jesse Newsom in second, Ferguson in third, Matthew Watts in fifth as he grabs the wall through turn number 3 and 4. 10 laps to go. Here's the battle for 6 as Banks going to roll the bottom. Cuddy going to go to the top side. Oh, Jones going for a ride up on the high side, able to hold on to it as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Lots of cars with damage from about 4th on back as they come out of turn, from 5th on back as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 9 laps complete. It is dicey back here in the pack as they come out of turn number 2. Banks is going to lose another spot as they come out of turn number 2, and Diesel Jones makes his way back around. Cuddy starting to move his way back forward. And look, he went forward early in this race, fell back, now moving forward once again, able to have a little bit more tire than some of the rest of these guys as they come out of turn number 2, all over the back of Watts as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, it is going to be 7 laps to go. We are watching the battle for that number 5 spot. Cuddy moving his way forward in that number 23 as Diesel Jones going to ride the wall through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. How about Curtis Griffin? Curtis Griffin is up 10 spots to the number 8 position. Great run out of that number 22. He'd need a lot of help, but he is thinking about upsets, and it wouldn't be his first time pulling an upset. He did in the big blocks at USA. Another big track here. Could suit his styles. They come out of turn number 4. Battle right now for 4th as Devin Ferguson and Jesse Newsom go at it in 1 and 2. Newsom going to get the run out of turn number 2 as Ferguson tries to reel him back in as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, we got one pulling on. That's going to be off. It's going to be Bryce Young as they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go. Battle for 3rd as they head into 1 and 2. But Julius having it the way anybody would want it. Nice and quiet up front. Easy win here tonight if he can go green the rest of the way and take care of that machine as he gets 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He is praying there are no more cautions as they head through turn number 1 and 2. We're going back to the battle for 3rd. Devin Ferguson rolling the bottom side. Jesse Newsom up high as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Newsom going to run slider in turn number 3 and 4. Are they catching? I think they might be catching Nathan Waddell for 2nd, but it might be too little too late with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle for the third spot. Definitely picking up as they head into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. 1 more lap to go. Newsom, Ferguson into turn number 1 and 2. Newsom going to roll the high side, trying to hold on to that number 3 spot. Ferguson down low out of turn number 2. Newsom going to get the wall down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Get the wind to Majulis. Newsom into the wall. Here comes Ferguson down low. Ferguson gets him at the line. It's going to be Majulis, Waddell, Ferguson, Newsom, and Watts your top 5. What's up, Darby? What's up, Darby? All right, we need to go ahead and go through these results. I need to jump over to that other race. I knew it was going to be close tonight. It is going to be Blake Majulis with the win here tonight. Nathan Waddell second, Jesse Newsom in third. Any of the top 3 want to make it to Discord, I'm more than happy to give an interview. Going to be Ferguson in that number 4 spot. Matthew Watts in 5th. Going to be Diesel Jones in 6th. Will Cuddy in 7th. Curtis Griffin in 8th. Ethan Stuckwich in that number 7 spot, or number 9 spot. Tyson Banks in 10th. Cassidy going to be 11th. Colton Jordan in 12th. Sean Smith in 13th. Brandon Schatz in that number 14 spot. Barnhart in 15th. Young in 16th. Going to be Ty in 17th. And Tyler Reed in that number 18 spot. We're going to move it here just because I got to jump screens. If those guys jump in, I will throw an interview up for them. Let's see. Are they in here? I don't see anybody in here. I know sometimes Waddell makes his way in, so I'll just keep an eye out as we jump into the ARCA cars at Oswego. They might be in qualifying already. Oh, no qualifying. I don't think they're in qualifying yet. Make sure I click spectate, and I'm going to need to update the points because I forgot last week. And after this week, we are going to start to get drop weeks in this ARCA series. Let's go ahead and pull up the race. Just updating my overlays. So it says the right track, unlike what I did earlier when we jumped into the other race. The Waddell. All right. So heading into the ARCA Dirt Series at Oswego Dirt here tonight. It is going to be 30 laps there, and then we are going to close the night off with the UMP Modifieds. I see. Well, we got a pretty healthy sized field over there. Damian Ward's in there. I see Nicholas Ham's in there. Landon Moody, Kenny Storkson, Klobb, Autry, Lovelace, Sheehan, Osgood. Lots of people up in the session. All right, let's see. We are in that session now. Let me just... Just remind these guys that they got 3 laps to qualify once they get into qualifying. Just let you guys know you got 3 laps for qualifying. Use them how you want. All right, Zach Lovelace going to pull out on the track. Nope, he decided against it. Looks like Kenny Storks is going to be the first one to pull out there here tonight. As Storkson going to bring it through turn at number 3 and 4. Let's see what kind of lap time he puts down. See Curtis Griffin out there. Zach Lovelace is out there. Damian Ward, Jacob Fields, Landon Moody. Storkson the first one out there in that number 54 machine. Remember, somebody could pull the upset 3 laps here tonight. We'll see a lot of people try to throw away that second lap as they come out of turn number 4. Stork's going to come across the line. He's going to set the bar here early on with a 20 point. What is that? I can't see. 982. So Stork's going to come across with a 982. Jacob Fields with a 20.624. So Jacob Fields to the top of the charts. Landon Moody out there. He's going to go third quick. Autry out there right now in that number 8 machine. Looks like he's got a slow and steady first lap. Let's see what that lap is going to look like. Or is it a throwaway? That might be a throwaway. Bill out on the track in the number 14 machine. He's got a paint with a sponsor on it. Nice. I wonder if Nick Ham threw some paints together before this one, as Ethan Bill going to start his first lap. Oh, he gets to the sidewall. That's going to be a throwaway lap. Here comes Nicky Ham in that 45 JR as he heads through turn number 1 and 2. Right now, his Fields out front. Damian Ward, last time we were here in the Week 13 series, he won this one. He was awfully quick. He is currently second quick on the board. Let's see what Nick Ham is able to do as he comes across the line. He's going to slide across to be 8th quick with a 21.064. He's going to need to pick up the pace. Remington James. Did Remington, he got 5th quick. He had no lap in, and he's going to throw a haymaker with a 20.9, getting himself into tonight's race. Bill out on the track in that number 14. Clint Sheehan currently 16th quick. Oh, man, he's so close. I hope that wasn't a 0. Oh, it was a 0X. Oh, it gave you a 0X for that, didn't it, Bill? Oh. All right, that is going to be the end of qualifying. We're going to get into heat race number 1. The ball grabbed you. I saw you you got a heater there though. All right, for those of you that have not been here yet, it is going to be typical official layout for these. There are no cautions in the heats or the consies. I try not to make any calls. We do this for fun. I don't care if you got a problem with somebody and you want to mic up one time and tell them to fuck off or whatever you feel like you got to tell them, but leave it at one and done. If you do keep it going, it will probably get you removed. There are a couple guys going for points. It's a little bit of a battle up front with Moody and Tyler, so make sure you guys are respectful of those guys racing for points. All starts will be on leader. Have some fun here tonight, guys. Middle of 3 and 4 on out. Middle of 3 and 4 on out, just to, clarify where the restart zone is. All right, these guys going to pull out onto the track. We're going to go ahead and pull up that starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight and the 007, it's going to be Jacob Field. I'm choking on my own spit. Outside of him in the number 84, it's going to be Landon Moody. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 45 machine, it's going to be Dawson Kent. Outside of him in the number 54, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Starting inside row number 3 in the 00, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Outside of him, it's going to be Brett Osgood in the 28, I believe. Or is it the 20? It might be the 20. Starting inside, row number 4, it's going to be Tyson Miller. Is that what? Or Tyler Klobb, sorry. No, Tyson Miller. Outside of him, it is going to be... Or Darren Miller, sorry. Man, it looks so crazy on my screen. Outside of him, it's going to be Tyler Klobb. And then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 14, it's going to be E-Bill. E-Bill won at Huset. Will he be able to get another one here tonight? A lot more work, a lot more competition, I think, for something that he's not used to. But he is quick in these ARCA cars, so let's see if he is able to survive here tonight as they head into turn at number 3 and 4. Yeah, he's starting pole next one. I believe it is pole. Looking quick. He won this one last time we were here. Ward did. As they come out of turn number 4, when will Fields fire off? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. Field's going to slide up the track. Going to be Landon Moody in that number 2 spot as Kenny Storkson tries to fight for third as they come down the back straightaway. He's going to grab it as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. E-Bill trying to make short work. He's up to the number 7 spot. One more spot is a transfer position as he comes out of turn number 4. He's going to grab it as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Up underneath, Osgood almost slams his door through turn number 1 and 2. Moody tried to make a move on Fields as they head through turn number 3 and 4. He gets to the bottom. Fields up high. Slides up the track. No. Fields going to fight back on the outside. Moody down low. They touch out of 4. They kiss down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Moody going to roll the bottom. Slides up the track. Here comes Fields with a big run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He's got to run into turn number 3 and 4. Robert says, let's go ARCA racing as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Fields up the track. Moody back with the cut down. Moody going to cut down out of turn number 2. We got one up into the wall. We're going to keep it going. It is Tyler Kolb. Sorry. We call him Klob. That's why I keep saying that as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Fields up the track. Moody down low. Great race here for that number 1 spot as they come across the line. 4 laps to go down into 1 and 2. Going to be Fields leading the way as Moody tries to reel him in as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Storkson with a good, strong run currently in that number 3 spot as they head through 3 and 4. One into the wall. The 45 of Dawson Kent in the wall as they come out of turn number 4. Fields going to lead it down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be 3 laps to go. Great battle for the lead. Moody trying to get the run. Fields holding on as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, 2 laps to go at the line. Fields going to grab that mud up high. Gets the run out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Miller having issues. He's going to go ahead and take the tow as the battle for the lead continues to rage out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Fields continuing to lead the way. Here comes Moody back down low. Gets the run off of 4. No, white flag is out. 1 lap to go. E-Bill in the wall out of turn number 4. He is in right now. Just needs to keep it straight as the battle for the lead continues to rage. As I'm on the wrong one. The battle for third continues to rage as Fields rolls it through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give it to Fields. Who's going to get third? It's going to be Moody second. Storkson's going to get... Hopefully Storkson's going to get third. Oh, he's going to get fourth. Oh, it's going to take a spot away from him. Kenny blinked across the line. I think it took the spot. Let's see. It did not. Okay, good. Only on my ticker. So it's going to be Fields, Moody, Lovelace, Storkson, Cat, and Bill going to the feature. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 32 machine. What's that? It is going to be Nick Ham, or sorry, Damian Ward starting on the pole here tonight in that number 32. Outside of him, it's going to be the 45 JR of Nicholas Ham. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 36 machine is going to be Remington James. Outside of him in the number 8, it's going to be Tyler Autry. Starting inside row number 3 in that number, I don't know what number he's in. I can't see it. That's a horrible setup. In that number 69 machine, it's going to be Justin Bennett. Outside of him in the number 35, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 93, it's going to be Logan Anderson. Outside of him in the number 69, it's going to be Clint Sheehan. Looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4, this time by... Who's it going to be? Starts on you, Ward, in the middle of 3 and 4 on out. Autry, don't wreck anybody, but Autry's the one in the that's up at the front right now. But there's a couple guys. Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4. Damian Ward leads the way. Nick Ham second. Remington Ham's going to nose it in the wall. Oh, no. Him and Autry get together into turn number 1 and 2. I think Remington came up the track. Top 6 going to transfer through. Or Remington James, sorry. Damn, we can't have We can't have James and Ham in here because it makes me think of Remington Ham. Oh, James cleared himself high. That is unfortunate for Autry. Autry's going to have to race his way in through the Concy as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nick Ham in that number 2 spot. Logan Anderson in second. Bennett in third. Clint Sheehan in that number 5 spot. He's going to bang the wall maybe as James tries to reel him in. Going to be Curtis Griffin back here in 7th as they come out of turn at number 4. Top 6 going to transfer through. Right now, it is James in our final transfer spot. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Griffin, are you going to stick around and race the feature? Just making sure. Oh no, Bennett has issues. He's on pit road. Did Bennett go up and over the wall? Let's go take a look and see what happened to Bennett. I think he's going to go over the wall here in turn number... Oh, he gets sideways. He's got a broken nose. Oof. Well, Bennett decided to jump in the pits. You can't worry about that nose damage. That nose damage doesn't play a huge factor here. Oh, we must have had contact between Clint and Remington because Curtis Griffin gets up into the number 4 spot. This one not quite as exciting. Yeah, Kenny, good run for you. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, it is going to be 2 laps to go at the line. Now I'm wondering if Nick Ham's going to get close enough, send it in, and just wreck the 32. Everybody that's out on the track right now, they do make the feature. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, it is going to be Damian Ward leading the way with 1 lap to go. White flag is out. White flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Nicholas Ham is definitely losing ground. Logan Anderson solidly in third. Battle for that number 4 spot. Curtis Griffin is there. Remington James is in second. Clint Sheehan in that number 6 spot as they come out of turn number 4. I don't care if you swear. I just care about what you say to other people, as like over and over again. Get gapped. I think I like the, yeah. We do definitely. I think they're supposed to get the super mods at some point. I think that was part of Oswego's deal with the scan. Is Oswego? That's what Oswego fought so long for. Was they wanted the super mods. That was why they held out for as long as they did. If anybody was wondering. All right, so top 4 going to transfer through here in the LCQ. No, they can't. Do you want to tell the stream?
Kinda.
Go ahead.
Wait, so they can hear me now?
Yes.
Pat, we just put an ass whooping on Nick Ham. He fucking sucks.
Any response, Nick Ham?
Nick Ham's headset is in 8 pieces.
Oh. All right, guys. All 3 of you make it. I guess everybody else left. Don't get clobbered. I mean, cold.
This is going to be the show of the night right here.
If Davey gives me another absolute, and I might leave. All right, let's get ready for tonight's main event, B main, as they come down the back straightaway It is a 3-car battle. I know Autry's got the ability. We're going to see if he holds on. The 69 wasn't bad. I don't know why he bailed out. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Osgood's going to get a good start down the front straightaway, but here comes Autry fighting back to the outside, side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Autry, don't spin it. Big save out of the number 8. Oh, now he's got some work to do as Osgood going to continue to lead Kolb in that number 3 spot in that sun drop number 9 machine as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Now we're going to jump on board. He's got to be disappointed that he did lose some of those points in the heat race. It was unfortunate. James coming up the track, making contact with him as they come out of turn at number 4. He is definitely closing the gap on our leader. Sitting on Tyler's lap as they head through turn at number 1 and 2. He was almost 3 tenths quicker that time by as they come down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. I just want to let you know that we are sitting on Tyler Autry's lap. We're not going to talk about the first thing that pops up. Oh, you know those guys are smiling right now. All right, Tyler going to slide it into turn number 3 and 4. Brett Osgood going to slide up the track, making a couple mistakes there. Big pressure out of that number 8 as they come down the back straightaway. Front straightaway. Oh, Autry goes around. Autry into the wall. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Autry having no luck here tonight at Oswego. Oh, he just came down into him. Oh, no. There's no points in this. It's not that big a deal. Autry's going to make it as Osgood continues to lead. Here comes Kolb to the lead. Kolb going to take the lead into turn at number 3 and 4. Osgood going to try to look back up underneath them as they head through, or 1 and 2, as they head out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Does Osgood have damage, or are they waiting on Autry to catch back up? This could get interesting if Autry gets there as they come. Oh, no! Osgood's going to get the inside wall out of turn number 4. This track's starting to slick it out, having to search a little bit more for a line as Tyler Kolb continues to lead through turn number 1 and 2. This field is completely flopped. From the start of this one, only 3 cars, but it has completely flopped. Autry trying to reel these guys in. He is definitely the quickest car on the track by a lot right now as they come out of turn number 4, 3 laps to go. He is a full second quicker than the rest of these guys, but he is... Oh, man, it is going to be close. Here comes Osgood looking for the lead into turn number 3. Osgood going to park. Oh, a little bit of contact as Kolb gets into the back of him out of turn number 4. Autry closing in a hurry. Oh, this is going to be good as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Autry digging. Kolb, his first victim as they come out of turn number 2. He's going to dig up underneath, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3 and 4. Autry going to ship it in. Slides up the track, up to the number 2 spot. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Does he have the pace to catch Osgood? Osgood going to clip the wall into turn number 1 and 2. Autry on the move, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4 one last time. Autry going to send it in deep. Osgood is there. Here comes Autry out of turn number 4. Too little, too late. It's going to be Osgood with the win. Autry second, Kolb in that number 3 spot. Oh, he was digging. He was digging. Oh, man, he was digging. Everybody makes it. I know he was a little frustrated, I'm sure, but that was fun to watch him catch. All right, guys, we're going to have 15 cars. Remember, it is iRacing cautions. I do not normally give an EOL unless somebody just does something that is special speeds, I guess. So I try not to make those calls. Next season, when we do move things around, I probably will make those calls, but we do not make those this season. Remember, there are a few people fighting for points. Just be respectful of the people you're around, and have fun. All right, we're going to get ready for tonight's main event as Jacob Fields going to bring him to the green flag in that 007. Outside of him, in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. I should put some music on. It's much more interesting that way, right? Starting in the number 3 spot, in that number 84, our points leader, Landon Moody. Outside of him, in the number 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Starting inside, row number 3, in the number 54 machine, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Outside of him, it's going to be Logan Anderson. Starting inside, row number 4, it's going to be the 00 of Zach Lovelace. Outside of him, in the number 35, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Dawson Kent going to start on the inside of row number 5. Outside of him, it's going to be Remington James. Starting inside, row number 6 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be E. Bill. Outside of him, in the number 69, it's going to be Clint Sheehan. Starting inside, row number 7, it's going to be Osgood. Outside of him, it's going to be Tyler Autry. Then running out the field here tonight in the number 15 spot inside row number 8, it's going to be Tyler Kolb, and Justin Bennett is not here. Pace truck is in. We are looking for the green flag this time by. It wasn't interesting being made for 3 cars. I am not going to lie. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out as Fields gets on the gas down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Fields going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Moody right on his heels as Ward's going to lose a spot, fall back to 3rd. They're side by side for 4th on back as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Fields going to continue to lead. Moody going to go back to work on a turn number 4. This track has changed a ton. A lot different track than those that ran in their first heat race as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, top 5 single file. Let's go check on Autry. Autry, our second in points, trying to make his way up through the field as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, got a couple sideways out of turn number 4. Was a trouble spot. That throttle point. Oh, slide job by Moody. Cut down by Fields. That throttle point coming out of turn number 4 definitely bit a lot of people in the last time we were here at Oswego. Will we see some more of the same as Nick Ham is falling back in that number 4 spot? Good run for him so far as Moody going to cut up underneath Fields down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Oh, a little bit of contact. He gets into Fields in 1 and 2. Oh, that is the second time that has happened as we got an issue back in the back. No caution flag. There it is. As Osgood has trouble in turn number 1 and 2. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Oh, there might have been net code. I don't know if there was net code there or what. I don't know if there was net code or what there. It definitely didn't hit. I don't know. That was weird. So Osgood going to have no luck here as he is on pit road. Probably done for the night. I don't know if that gave you contact or not, Tyler, but you guys did not touch. All right, so caution flag number 1 out there as Fields and Moody having a good run up at the front. Damian Ward kind of in the same boat. I'm good. What's up, buddy? You hit request. As they come out of turn number 4, will they get that one to go this time by? Clint's going to pull off of pit road. It is side by side up at the front. Looking for that green flag. I am. Oh, shoot. I think my TikTok chat moved to the wrong one. Looking for that green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway in 1 and 2. Moody with a great start on the outside, but Field's going to slide up. Moody looking to the outside as Ward was looking down low. We almost took it 3 wide out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Moody all over the back of that 007. And here comes Nick Ham. Nick Ham to the outside. Ward, we got contact as James is hard on the wall. Landed on someone's roof out of turn. Oh, God. I think Remington had maybe a little bit of internet malfunction played a role here. Yeah, he just got loose. That turn 4. Oh, Kenny hard into the wall. Big hit for Kenny, but it did look like it put the nose back on there. But it looks like Remington just little too much gas there, getting in the mud. Over rotates it down into Kenny's door. And watch the hit here. Bam! I don't know if Kenny's all right or not, but he is down on pit road getting some damage fixed. Remington had a little too much loud pedal. Ethan Bill. Yeah, Autry's got some work to do. Wow, that's crazy. My kids aren't even in school yet. They don't start school until the 4th of September. All right, so Kenny's on the pit road getting a little bit of damage done. It looked like Remington just gave it the little too much throttle out of turn number 4 and lost the back end. Common occurrence here. Oh, I guess he lost frames. That might have been it. You were blinking real bad. You. All right, we are going green this time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Sounds like Kenny is done. Too much damage. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, going to be Fields and Moody on that front row. Can we get some green flag laps? Okay. Middle school is tough. Is this your first year in middle school? Looking for that green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Moody going to get a good jump on the outside, but great jump by Fields as they head into 1 and 2. It's probably best case scenario for both these guys as the guys behind them are racing side by side. Oh, they're going to split Ham out of turn number 2. Look at this. Lovelace to the bottom side. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, it's a tough transition. Yeah, he knows you didn't mean it. Out of turn at number 4, down into 1 and 2. Going to be Moody down on the bottom side. At least he can't feel like it was his fault. Last week he was defeated. This week he actually had some good runs. Yeah, I hate getting up that early. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be moored into the wall as Moody's down low on a turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Fields leads the way. Landon Moody in second. Damian Ward in third. Look at this. Curtis Griffin up to that number 5 spot. Down into turn number 4 spot. Sorry. Here comes Ward down to the bottom side as we got contact further back. Autry trying to make his way back forward. Those points are all so important to him as they head through turn at number 1 and 2. Here comes Bill in that number 14. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Oh, we got a battle as Moody goes for the lead. A little bit of contact between Fields and Moody. I don't know what to watch. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Fields going to fall back. Here comes Ward up to second. Fields back to the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 2. 10 laps complete. Only a 30-lap event here tonight. We got about 10 minutes until the UMP race goes. That's why we did it that way. As they come out of turn at number 4, down the front straightaway. Moody leads the way. Ward going to work in that number 32. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Moody going to grab the wall. Perfect turn for Ward. That's going to help Ward down the back straightaway. Moody's got to be perfect. Here comes Ward. He's going to go for the slide. In turn number 3 and 4. Up the track. Moody back with the cut down. Yeah, it does suck. It does suck, Remington. I appreciate you coming out. I like having you. Hopefully we can get that frame drop thing fixed. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Moody leads the way. Damian Ward in second. Fields in third. Fields no way out of this one as Curtis Griffin sits in that number 5 spot as they come down the front straightaway. No turn number 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, Fields is stalking. Let's jump on board with Fields as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He is trying to stay with these guys. A little bit of damage to the right rear of that number 32. But remember, the nose doesn't even mean a whole lot in these things as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Hear how easy they are with the throttles. It is music to my ears to watch how much they have to throttle control these cars. It is so perfect as they come through turn number 1 and 2. I'm glad you had a good run. Yeah, Lovelace is having a good run. Moody wants to get turned. Ward is trying not to. He actually asked me, who do I not wreck in this one? Oh, Lovelace fell back. He was having we got one around. Down the back straightaway. The 45 is around. Is that going to be a caution? No caution. Flag is Moody leads the way. Moody going to lead the way out of turn number 2 as Damian Ward in that number 2 spot. Down the back straightaway, starting to lose ground as Ethan Bill has trouble in turn number 1 and 2. Caution flag comes out. So we got a couple different incidents here. Let's see what happened with the 14. Oh, he's going to get into Tyler and just goes around. Oh, that is unfortunate. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that was just hard racing. That was just hard racing. So E-Bill down on pit road. Dawson, I know that was a little frustrating. I just want to let you know that you guys just kind of ran out of room. That was just hard racing. All right, so it is going to be Landon Moody leading the way as we are 16 laps into this one. Yeah, he'll be there. Hopefully he can keep that thing together. Looks like Tyler down on pit road in that number 9 machine. Looks like you clobbered that thing. Are you going to make it back out, Colb? All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2, looking for that green flag as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Moody out front. Damian Ward in second. Jacob Fields in third. I guess we're going Delaware restart. Yeah, it does. It does. I think it's something with the CPU, though, because he's losing frames. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as they come down the back straightaway. Look at this. Curtis Griffin up to the number 3 spot. Fields back to 4th. Here comes Nick Hammond, that number 45. Here comes Ward with a big run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. All over the back of Moody as they head through turn number 3 and 4. We got one more race after this. Probably about another. Oh, no. Fields goes around. Fields goes around. What happened to Jacob Fields? He tried to does he get? Oh, he just gets in the back. Griffin's a little sideways. He gets in the back of Griffin. Oh my God, it's just bad timing. Oh, Lovelace gets a big hit on that one. He tried to all F4 just too little too late. As the caution flag comes out. Yeah, it's the way they caught together. Griffin got a little sideways, and when his car straightened out was the same exact time that Fields got there. Just bad luck for Fields, but Fields is running that UMP race. He's probably not super mad because this one's running a little bit over. Yeah, you were wondering what the front of the field looked like, huh, Curtis? It was just bad timing, but hey, that was a good run earlier in the late model race too. I'm sure he's not completely mad because I know he wants to run the UMP race, so at least he's going to make it there on time. All right, we are going green flag as they come down the back straightaway. It's going to be Moody and Ward on that front row. Curtis Griffin and Nicholas Ham in the second row as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for the green. Moody's controlling this one. Green flag is out. Ward just kind of let him a little bit. Good start there as they come down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Moody's going to try to clear him. He does into 1 and 2. Ward gives him the room as they come out of turn number 2. I don't know. Is that what he's doing tomorrow? Oh, he got tight, backs out of it. Gives Moody the spot out of turn number 4 as they come across the line. 11 laps to go. 11 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Moody out front. Damian Ward in second. Nicholas Ham in third. Curtis Griffin in that number 4 spot. And how about this? Dawson Kent back up into that top 5. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward looking down low. Almost gets the inside wall. Down the front straightaway. Going to be Moody leading the way down into 1 and 2. Oh, big checkup from Ham. That's going to open the door for Curtis Griffin. Out of turn number 2. We're keeping an eye on the battle for the lead, too, as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Griffin down low, trying not to get into Ham. He's going to keep it straight out of turn number 4 with 9 laps to go. Oh, Moody just caught the wall going into turn number 1 and 2. Ward goes for the slide. Almost makes contact. Ward pulls out of it. Moody runs the wall out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Moody out front. Damian Ward in second. All right, buddy. Good night. Good night as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Moody continues to lead. Ward has fallen back. Nicholas Ham in that number 3 spot as Curtis Griffin has his hands full. Here comes E-Bill. I'll tell you what, it is pretty competitive from third or fourth on back. These guys all together. And then we got Clint. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, it's going to be Moody out front with 7 laps to go. Ward going to try to roll the bottom as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Battle for... Oh, no. Griffin into the wall in turn number 1 and 2. That's going to cost him a spot as Kent rolls up into that number 5 spot as they head through turn at number 3 and 4. Not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I got a race tomorrow night that I got to broadcast. I do have a race I got to broadcast, so I don't know what I'm going to do. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, Moody out front, Damian Ward in second, Nicholas Ham in third, Ethan Bill in that number 4 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Moody starting to pull away with 5 laps to go, and I'll tell you what, Nicholas Ham is closing in on that number 32. Well, maybe not that lap. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. I'll tell you, E-Bill has the speed too. He is closing in as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 4 laps to go out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go. Yeah, Autry is back here in the number 7 spot. This has not been his track tonight, I will tell you that. As they come out of turn number 2, I feel like they're getting closer. I feel like if there was a restart right now, it'd be freaking insane. As they head through turn at number 3 and 4. Where's Clint? Clint is out of the way for now as they get 3 laps to go. Oh, I guarantee that Landon Moody is talking to Clint right now. If I catch you, this is what I need you to do. As they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway, just keeping it clean. This is not an easy track. as they head through turn at number 3 and 4. E-Bill to the bottom. With 2 laps to go, can E-Bill break the podium as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2? Down into turn number 1 and 2. E-Bill down low. Ham's going to grab the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Bill has the spot, but he wants it sealed as a... Oh, no. No, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. 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 Clint. Down into turn number 3 and 4 is going to be Moody leading the way. Ward's going to close the gap as they come out of turn number 4. Give the win to Moody. Damian Ward second. Nicholas Ham in third. Curtis Griffin in fourth. Tyler Autry in fifth. Dawson Kent in sixth. Unfortunately, E-Bill. Clint's going to get seventh. E-Bill in eighth. Oh, that is unfortunate. All right, we're going to have to talk to, because the only reason he slowed down because he thought they were going to catch him, but I don't think they were going. It's going to be Moody with the win. Yeah. Clint gave him a present. Going to be Moody with the win. Damian Ward in second. Ham in third. Griffin in fourth. Going to be Autry in that number 5 spot. Kent in sixth. E-Bill in seventh. Going to be Clint Sheehan in that number 8 spot. Jacob Fields in 9th. Lovelace in 10th. Going to be Anderson in 11th. Kolb in 12th. Storks in 13th. Remington James in 14th. And Osgood in that number 15 spot. I'm going to bring these guys in, but I am going to go ahead and jump over to the UMP race while we do that. So let me just get that started as we do that. And then I'll pull in those guys in the top 3. I'm sure I'm sure 2 of them are in there. I just want to get registered for it and get in there. Only 2 splits for the UMPs. All right, we are loading up into that one, and we are going to bring in our top 3. Oh, fuck this guy. How did Ham end up on the podium?
That's because
Clint gave him a present because E-Bill definitely was coming.
I was gonna junk him if he passed me.
All right, so interesting race there. Definitely, Oswego's definitely a tricky track, especially it seems like out of turn 4, you got to be so careful with that throttle. But Nick Ham coming out here. I see you got a paint on. I don't know if that was last minute or not, but good run here tonight in that 45. Did you enjoy Oswego in the ARCA car?
Yeah, I mean, I got like 4 laps here on a custom built setup, but no, it was awesome. You know, I was like 5/10 off in hot laps, and I'm like, wow, we're gonna be off pace the whole race. And then I figured it out with like, I don't know, like 2 to go or like the white flag. So yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of an improvement. I just wanted to beat Curtis. That way I could, say I beat Curtis again. So there's that. Because Curtis likes to run his mouth and drive like shit. So.
Well, good run. You gave Ward a little bit of pressure, made him a little nervous when you tried to take him on the outside there. That had to feel pretty good too after him talking all the smack after the heat race.
Yeah. I don't really know what we had pace-wise. I know we had nothing for that bright-ass pumpkin up there. And definitely nothing for the car in front of me. But, it was great.
That's
I
right.
had fun.
Bow down.
I sweated. I think I lost like 72 pounds.
It's good
So,
you could use
it's
it.
great.
Yeah. Great run here tonight. Give a shout out to
What were you
Friends
going to
Family.
say?
No, I said you could use it.
What were you going to say?
I said you could use it. I mean, I could too. So, I mean, it's not just you, but good run here tonight.
Yeah, I
Good
gotta
run.
thank D'Angelo's Contracting Services, High Pressure Wash Campaigning, Ford Gate Towing Excavation Tech, EFP Specialty, Ethan Bill for not murdering me for like 20 laps. Love that guy. And the Pumpkin for giving me a nice little friendly rivalry there.
Good run, good run. Ward, you definitely raced Moody hard. You probably made him nervous, but good clean racing up at the front just seemed so hard to pass at that point of the race.
Honestly, I just kept stepping on it. I definitely think I had a better car. I watched back. I think I just was overdriving. Can't really see when you're behind another car in these, so you kind of just guess and put your car somewheres. And I don't know. The track was really racy. You could throw sliders, but I couldn't get a good exit to really get to him to throw one.
You know, Oswego, you won it last time. Good racing with you and Hackney last time. This time, Moody's had a lot more time in these cars than you. But he was making mistakes, and every time you see him grab that wall on entry into like turn one and stuff, I mean, you had to see those as opportunities.
Yeah, just these cars aren't as versatile, so you can't really just yank it down the track and throw it. You'll end up getting sideways, even possibly spinning out. These I like the way the ARCA cars do drive on the dirt. They're definitely a lot of fun, but I don't know. The mistakes he was making just were balancing out with the ones that I was making. So
I feel
it
like
was all just a battle of who got out front first.
I feel like the ARCA car is the best car on dirt right now. Honestly,
another good dirt duo with a pavement car is the late model stocks. Those get really fun when the track slicks off.
Well, good run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to Friends Family sponsors?
Yeah, I gotta thank myself for making this bright orange pumpkin to drag Nick Cam's ass. You sound like a squirrel. Yeah, Field Car Motorsports, BNC, Becca's on the side of this car, Almost Speed Supply. Shit. Grandmother, my dad, those guys are watching. Uncle Adam's watching. I don't know if anybody else is. Maybe my brothers. You for putting up the stream and the race, and Nick Ham for hooking his chain to my back bumper and fucking
All
me
right,
all up.
listen, this is getting. I can't handle it. I might throw my headset again.
Please do. Do I get to start with Nick Ham? He's
We're doing this.
No, I won't finish the statement again.
I was wondering where this was gonna go. I was wondering where this
We
was
should
gonna
get
go.
out.
Willie
should've
G
wrecked
2
each-
seasons ago.
We should have wrecked each other, got out in the front stretch, and started fake fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turn the
look.
cameras on in
You
Discord.
know, it's a privilege to get to wreck Nick Ham. Trust me, I know.
I get to do it all the
Shut up,
time.
man.
When I don't qualify good and I'm coming to the consi, I get to wreck them every time.
Good run, guys.
Wait, is that 2 bridesmaids in a row tonight? 2 second places?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not even a has-been. Tonight, you're a never was.
Yeah, pretty much. No. Yeah. I never was.
I'm just.
I will win one of these Oscar races on the dirt, though.
All right, good run, guys. Moody, now that you got the good laughs out of there, listening to those two. Man, good run there. I know you had a couple pucker moments. Great run with you and Fields, and good run with you and Ward. I mean, it looked like there was a little bit of respect out there, maybe a little touching, but overall, some good respect to the racing out there.
Definitely hard racing, and not what I expected Oswego to be. Normally, I expect the bottom lane to kind of be there, but this was kind of different. So definitely had to adjust the driving style a little bit. But no, I mean, it was good. It wasn't the easiest to make a pass, but it was. You had to work for it. And definitely throw a slider to make it work. But nah, I enjoyed it for sure. I always I always love this place if it's both surfaces. It's a really fun track.
You know, you had a great race with Fields in the heat race, then a good race in the feature there, and you get around Fields, and then here comes Damian Ward all of a sudden. I mean, did you know you were going to have to worry about Ward tonight? And I mean, how nervous were you when he was behind you? I mean, you make a little mistake, you know that could cost you a spot.
Oh yeah, I knew as soon as I saw Ward back there, I was like, yeah, I know if I need to hit my marks for sure, because a little tap to the wall or me getting out of shape is going to turning into me being in the lead to probably me not winning the race. So definitely had to be cautious about how I raced my line, and it was definitely it was tricky for sure.
Wow, Price and Hennigan are making a big show here in the Heat 1 and the UMPs, but great run for you tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank you for putting on this deal and the race every week. This has been a pretty fun deal throughout the season. Definitely it's something fun to fill in during the week. 3D Racing, all those guys over there, I ran with them earlier, had some good runs. All the friends and family watching, and Zach, for everybody racing tonight, Zach, Glenn, Tyler, all of them, thanks for racing, and we'll be on it next week, and I want to decree, instead of the Steel Palace, let's name it the Moody Palace.
The Moody Palace.
That's his thing.
Well, at least
I love me some Oswego. You know that. I love Oswego.
Yeah, even if you're like 10 car lengths back.
Yeah, I mean, even I don't care.
I'm just picking on you.
I won a UMP race there last week, so I mean, I definitely know my way around it.
Oh my God, they just died at the back of the pack. Sorry.
He's convincing me to drink tonight.
He's what?
He's convincing me to drink tonight.
All right, guys, good run, and I will see you guys later.
All right, bye, James. Love you.
Later. All right, guys. Exciting. I don't know what the heck is going on in this UMP race. Started off pretty good, but you just saw the hell there. It looks like Dustin Price is going to win heat race number 1. Tyson Banks in second. Brennan White in third. Trevor Thompson fourth. T. Clem fifth. And Elliot O'Neill in that number 6 spot. Those guys transferring through. Everybody else will be going into the LCQ. All right, getting ready for heat race number 2 here tonight in the UMP Modifieds. Let's go ahead and get them racked up, stacked up, and go through tonight's starting lineup. All right, starting on the pole here tonight. In heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 76 of Trey Baker. How about that? Baker getting a good qualifying run here tonight. Good to see him up front. Outside of him, in the number 69, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Starting inside, row number 2 in that number 13 machine, it's going to be Michael Clark. Outside of him, in the number 69, it's going to be Blake Hatton. Pair of 69s up there. Starting inside, row number 3, it is going to be Jacob Black. Outside of him, it's going to be Matt Fletcher. Starting inside, row number 4, it is going to be Joseph Oakley. Outside of him, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Then rounding out the field here tonight in row number 5 on the inside, it is going to be Brett Grubb. Outside of him, it's going to be Cody Racing. Looking for that green flag as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Pace truck is in. Who's it going to be here in heat race number 2? Well, we got to watch a heater wild one in heat race number 1. This one we get to announce as they come through turn at number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. Big slide from Michael Clark. Big run on the outside by Baker. Baker going to have the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Clark going to ship it in, almost gets in the door of the number 76 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, here comes Hackney down low on Clark. Going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Clark out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, digging for turn number 3. Clark going to throw the slide. Hackney's going to chase him up the track. Wants that outside out of turn number 4. It's going to be Clark at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Baker enjoying the lead as these guys battle out for that number 2 spot. Here comes Hackney back down low. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Clark down low. One into the wall. It's going to be Grubb in the wall. Oh, is it Grubb or is it? I don't know. They're wrecking. Jacob Black was in the wall. Black around. Cody getting caught up. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney has won that battle for second as they come out of turn number 4. Trey Baker leading the way with 4 laps to go. Can he hold on? Hackney on the hunt in that number 69. Let's keep an eye on these lap times as they come out of turn number 2. Starting to put some separation between him and third as he closes the gap on that number 1 spot as they come out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Black's going to pull off the field as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Hackney closing the gap about a 1/10.5 quicker. He is now on the back bumper of that number 76 as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Can Baker hold on? Hackney going to get the run out of turn number 2. He's peeking down low, down the back straightaway. Going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go as Baker runs the cut down into 1 and 2. He's going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. No, he's going to hold it down low. Here comes Hackney down low into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney going to throw the slide. Baker gets tight, tries to cut down out of turn number 4. Hackney with the win. Baker second. Clark, Penn, Fields, and Fletcher going to the feature. Everybody else off to the LCQ. Good, clean race up at the front of the pack. Hackney and Baker putting on a show for the win here in heat race number 2. Give it to Keith Hackney as we get ready for the Consi. LCQ, whatever you want to call it, the B main. It is going to be Dustin Hennigan starting on the pole here tonight. Brett Grubb in a second. Going to be Alex Harper in that number 3 spot. Cody Racing in a 4th. Going to be Holder in the number 5 position. Jacob Black in 6th. Brendan Schatz in 7th. And rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Joseph Oakley. All right, down the back straightaway, looking for that 1 to go this time by. Top 4 going to transfer through. Bottom 4 are going home. Who's going to be here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte? As they come out of turn number 4, they're going to get that 1 to go this time by. Make sure you wave it to your favorite if they are out on the track. This might be the last time you see them here tonight. As they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 3. Dustin leading the way in that number 16 machine as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Dustin's going to get on the gas down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. Here comes Harper looking for second. He's going to keep it down low. Big run for Brett on the outside, down the back straightaway. Battle's going to be for that number 4 spot too, as we have Holder and Racing side by side out of turn number 4. Harper in that number 3 spot. He's got a bumper full of the 17 as they head into 1 and 2. 3 wide for that number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Cody blinking out a bit there. He's going to fall back as they head through 3 and 4. Oh, We got an N10 wreck at the back of the pack as Jacob Black goes around. That looked 100% on purpose. Let's take a look at this one. Let's see if it... Oh, I don't think it was on purpose. I think he just didn't know what he was doing. As we move back up to the front, going to be Dustin leading the way, Brett in second, Alex Harper in that number 3 spot, Cody in fourth, as Holder is falling back as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Harper looking for second, digging up underneath Brett. Can't quite get it to stick as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Can Harper get that number 2 spot as they come across the line? 5 laps complete, 5 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Plenty of time for someone to make a mistake. Keaton Holder trying to reel in this top 4. He wants to race his way in. He is out of a transfer spot now as they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go. He needs to get real racy here to get him up in the mix. I don't know if he's got enough car to catch these guys. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Harper down low. This is going to help out Holder as Holder slides it through turn number 3 and 4. As Harper tries to take the number 2 spot, he's got it that time by. He's going to slide into second into turn number 1 and 2. Big cut down by Brett out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to put it back into that number 2 spot. Here comes Harper with the run out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. I think that Holder is slowly reeling him in as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Harper looking down low, not able to get there as Holder is shipping it through turn number 3 and 4. Almost to the back of these guys. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. He needs a bunch of help. He grabs the wall. That's going to cost him. Cody's going to blink out. Blinks back in up underneath Harper. Through turn number 3 and 4. Checker flag in the air. Give it to Hennigan in the B main. Grubb, Harper, and Cody going to the feature here tonight. Oakley, Schatz, Black, and Holder going home. All right, this has been a long night today as I go on my way into tonight's feature. Let's get ready for 30 laps here tonight at Charlotte with tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight, it is going to be... Hold on. Tonight, starting on the pole with the quick time and the heat race number 1 win, it is going to be the number 33 of Dustin Price. Outside of him in the number 69, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Starting inside, row number 2 in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 76, it's going to be Trey Baker. Starting inside, row number 3 in the 7B, it's going to be Brennan White. Outside of him in the number 13, it's going to be Michael Clark. Starting inside, row number 4 in that number 7 spot, it's going to be the T6 of Trevor Thompson. Outside of him in the number 69, it's going to be Blake Henn. Starting inside, row number 5 here tonight in that number 97 machine, it's going to be T Clem. Outside of him in the 00, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside, row number... They got all over the place. Starting inside, row number 6, it's going to be Elliot O'Neill in that number 55. Outside of him, in the number 26, it's going to be Matt Fletchall. Starting inside, row number 7 here tonight, it is going to be Dustin Hennigan in that number 16. Outside of him, it's going to be Brett Grubb. Then running out the field here tonight, it is going to be Alex Harper in the number 10. Starting inside row number 8 with Cody Racing in that number 16 spot. Why did Harper not grid up? Harper missed the start. As these guys head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come down the front straightaway down into 1 and 2. Going to be Dustin Price leading the way. Hackney trying to reel him in as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Hackney closing the gap into turn number 3. Down into turn number 3. Hackney with a good run through turn number 3 and 4. All over the back of the 33. And Price goes low into turn number 1. Price going to rip the high side. Hackney stays low out of turn number 2. Hackney back in line as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide behind him as Tyson Banks rolls that bottom side out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, side by side for 4th. Here comes Clark. Clark going to ship it in. Baker to the outside. He's going to get the run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Clark going to try to slide up the track. He does up the track down with the cut down out of turn number 4. Little bit of contact. Here comes Baker. Slides it into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney going to get the bottom side out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. He's going to ship it into 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Price going to come back with the cut down out of turn number 4. It's going to be new race leader at the line, Keith Hackney, into turn number 1 and 2. Price going to roll the bottom side this time out of turn number 2. Big run for Hackney. Hackney takes the lead for himself as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney out front. Dustin Price in second. Little bit of contact further back. I heard him, my bad. As Hackney leads the way into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Baker has fallen back to the number 5 spot. Still a great run out of that number 76. Brennan White up to 4th, closing the gap into turn number 3 and 4. Price is not letting Hackney get away as they come down the front straightaway, but grabs the wall that time by, loses a little ground as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be single file forward now. Hackney leads the way into turn number 3 and 4. Big racing back in the pack as Hennigan tries to make his way forward. He's up 5, make it 4 spots as he loses ground out of turn number 4. He's going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Tries to slide up the track as Fields going to push the 69 down the back straightaway. Saw Price looking up underneath Hackney. Not able to do anything with it as they come down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. So Harper did make it out on the track, but he is a lap down in that number 10 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to need a lot of help. I don't know how. He probably just got his setup in late. I don't know. But Harper going a lap down as we look up at the front. Hackney leads the way by a lot down the back straightaway. Here comes Clark. Clark looking for second, going to slide it into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Price out of turn number 4. Drag race into turn number 1 and 2. Price going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. He's not going to slide up. He's going to try to get the run off the bottom side down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Clark up high, Price down low out of turn number 4. Looking for the line. Give that number 2 spot to Price. Here comes White on his heels into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Clark in the wall in 1 and 2. Clark's going to lose a ton of ground. He's going to lose 1-2 spots out of turn number 2, but able to gather the car back in. Oh my God, Hennigan just threw a slider through the grass in turn number 3 and 4. Holy shit. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Fields. Big run for Hennigan down the back straightaway. Fields going to cut across his nose. Here comes Hennigan. Back down to the bottom. Slides into turn number 3 and 4. Fields on the brakes out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Hennigan had it at the line as they head into 1 and 2. Big slide. Oh man, Clark is struggling as they come out of turn number 2. Hennigan all over the back of him. Here comes Fields. Fields looking for a double. He's going to slide him into turn number 3 and 4. Gets Baker and Clark out of turn 4. Double cut down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. It is chaos back here in the pack as they head into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Baker getting the worst of that one as Fields going to toss the slide up the track. Here comes Clark back down low out of turn number 4. Not able to do anything with it. Price in that number 2 spot, but I'll tell you what, White is putting on the pressure as Hennigan going to grab the wall out of turn number 2. Here comes Clark. Clark going to ship it in. I'll tell you what, T-Clem now up to the number 4 spot. 5 positions. Good run for him as the chaos has seemed to settle down just a little bit for now as Clark going to roll the bottom. Here comes Fields up on the high side. Hennigan stuck in the wall once again down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 17 laps complete. We got 13 laps to go. A lot has happened as they head down the front straightaway down into turn number 1 and 2. I will say I've heard a lot of apologies out of these guys as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Definitely a different type of respect than we see with some of the other series as these guys come out of turn number 4. Clark rolling the bottom as Fields is going to take that number 5 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Sets his sights on T-Clem as they head into 3 and 4, but here comes Clark fighting back. He's not done yet as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Hackney is checked out. He has left the area. I don't think he's in North Carolina anymore. I think he's out towards Tennessee or something because, man, he has gapped the field into turn number 1 and 2. Dustin Price with a handful as Brennan White putting big pressure on him as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Let's go back here. Here comes, Fields with the slide on T-Clum. T-Clum going to push him up the track. Battle for that number 4 spot. T-Clum going to fall back to 4th as Fields takes the number 4 spot. That field is catching up once again. We could have a big battle for 4th as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes T-Clum looking down low in 3 and 4. Fields going to have that number 4 spot that time by with 8 laps to go. Slides into turn number 1 and 2. Hennigan is back up in the mix in that number 16. Man, this is crazy. I think the battle for 4th is not over yet as they come out of turn number 4 with 7 laps to go. Here comes Hennigan. Hennigan go to the bottom. He's going to slide Clark in turn number 1 and 2. Big cut down by Clark. Big run down the back straightaway. Actually, that might have worked real good. He gets side by side with T-Clem into 3 and 4. Oh, man, he might do that again. Let's see if he does that again in turn number 1 and 2, even though he doesn't have to. He had a massive run. He is going for it again. I don't blame him. That run was massive off of turn 2. Big run down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He's going to slide into turn. Oh, contact Clark in the wall. As T-Clum got him, Hennigan tumbles out of turn number 4. Caution flag comes out. Big trouble. Hennigan getting the worst of that one. Oh, if we had flexible panels, that would have never happened. All right, so Clark's going to throw the slide. Oh, just a racing deal there. As the caution flag comes out, it is going to be Hackney leading the way. Hackney did not want to see that caution, but I don't think he's in trouble. I think everybody else has raced a lot harder than he has. He's probably got a little bit more tire. Single file restart. It is going to be a 4-lap shootout here tonight. All right, so we got him. We're going to re-rack him. Well, we're not going to re-rack him. It's going to be single file with a 4-lap shootout for Keith Hackney, Dustin Price, Brennan White, Jacob Fields, and T-Clem. Going to be your top 5. And I don't know if we're going to be over yet. There's going to be some guys making some haymakers here thinking they got a chance. And I'll tell you, Fields might have an opportunity to break his way into that top 3 here as we are going to look for that green flag. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, pace truck is off, looking for the green flag. When will Hackney fire him off? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as we got a battle for the number 3 spot. Looks like White was asleep there. That's going to give Fields an advantage as they head into 1 and 2. White into the wall, move Fields up to 3rd. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes, Fletchall up in the mix as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Dustin's going to throw a haymaker. Almost gets into Hackney. 3 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Car's going to pull off down into the infield. I think that's Trevor Thompson. Takes the toe, gets off the track as they come down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4. Price all over the back of Hackney as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. It is going to be 2 laps to go. Here comes Dustin Price. Oh, Clark's going to throw a haymaker back here as these guys battle for that number 4 spot. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Dustin Price and Keith Hackney. Hackney leads the way. Price looking for a way around as we got haymakers going on back here for 4th. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that checkered flag. It's going to be Keith Hackney for the win. Dustin Price, Jacob Fields, White, Clark, Hen, O'Neill, Fletchall, T-Clem, and Baker, your top 10. All right, we're going to go ahead and go through these results, see if anyone from the top 3 show up. I do know Hackney will. It's going to be Hackney with the win, Dustin Price second, Jacob Fields in third. Going to be Brennan White in that number 4 spot, Michael Clark in 5th, Blake Henn in 6th. Going to be Elliot O'Neill in that number 7 spot, Fletchall in 8th, T. Clem in 9th, Trey Baker going to be in that number 10 spot, Cody in 11th, Brett in 12th, Tyson Banks going to be in that number 13 spot, Harper in 14th, Trevor Thompson 15th, and Dustin Hennigan in that number 16 spot. We're going to go ahead and see if anybody is in the Discord yet. I don't see him yet. Give Hackney a minute. I'm sure he'll be here, as we got a great race here tonight. Hackney winning in dominant fashion, but I'll tell you, Dustin Price did not want to make it too easy. Jacob Fields up 7 spots, up to the number 3 position. Good run for him. There's Hackney. Uh-oh, they're beefing. They beefing.
Yeah, I try to stay out of it.
Honestly, if they had flexible quarter panels, that would have fixed that whole problem. That would have never happened.
Yeah.
He would have just been a little sheet metal and they would have both been going straight. But great run here tonight. Had to work a little bit to get the lead and then drove away from the field and get that late caution. That is definitely not what you wanted to see. Dustin giving a handful at the end there.
Yeah, all 3 races I ran a different set, and that one was really good. I don't know if I was just driving it too hard or I gotta adjust something on the right rear. Honestly, I don't think I was driving too hard. I actually had better tire than I did the last race. So, I don't know. I damn sure can't qualify worth a damn here, but I can race. If we can get those qualifying issues taken care of, we'll be money, bro.
Yeah, definitely a quick car here tonight. A lot of fun to watch you guys run it out. I mean, this is a fast track and not necessarily a fast car. I mean, they just seem to race real good at some of these tracks like this. The UMPs.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love Charlotte anyways. I mean, Charlotte is a very racy track once it gets slick, and once that top side can sort of go away a little bit too. I mean, you can get 2 or 3 lanes going at this track easy when it's slick. So, and especially with this car, dude. This car is awesome. I absolutely love it. And man, I wish I would have started running UMPs a little bit sooner, or really gotten hot and heavy in them like I have recently. They're a blast to drive.
It definitely seemed to be a lot of fun. Matt says that sucked. What happened to you, Matt? You were running up there battling for like 4th or 5th or something there at that. But yeah, it got a little chaotic behind you, but definitely super racy. I usually call this like Talladega dirt because it is racy. It shows well. It's sometimes frustrating when it's tacky. Something about these big tracks in general on iRacing, Charlotte, Knoxville, they're tacky. They're kind of lame. They start to get slick, man. They're a ton of fun. But great run for you here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, man. Just shout out to everybody at TNL. Shout out to Hen again. He won the first 2 races. He had bad luck, and then him and some of our other guys got together in that heat, so we got to square that all away. Tunnel Vision by Hackney, T Clem Gas and Go. Just everybody who helps out, and you for putting this on, and maybe, just maybe, everybody will stick to the officials this week, because I've been giving everybody hell, because last week we ran the open tonight, and then it turned into a ghost town at Port Royal, and that sort of frustrated me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. We like at Lucas, like we got our ass drugged, the opening night, but we still came back and tried to run with everybody just so we can have some officials to run. But then when the tables was turned, everybody disappeared. So I would appreciate if everybody continued to run all week. Thanks.
I think Charlotte's a little different story than Port Royal, so you should have a better time keeping a full
well, I
hobby.
hope so. I hope so.
All right, Hackney. Always good to talk to you. Good win, and
All right, man.
I'm sure I'll talk to you next week.
All right, man. Thank you.
Later. All right, Hackney with the win here tonight. Well, it's been a long night. Good racing, a great racing here tonight. Honestly, I think everything raced pretty good. So we got a little bit of a treat. So glad all you guys could come out. Make sure you guys watch the replays. Replays always stay on YouTube. So if you miss it, if it goes away on Facebook or any of the other channels, always go to YouTube. We do have the replays staying there forever. So as always, until next time, guys, and be safe and have a good night.